Hey, Tingus, dude, what up, man? The only one here. Lone Tingus. How's it going, dude? Good to see you. How's life? I don't get to talk to you ever. Your weird Australian time zones. Private stream, just me and you, buddy. Don't ask for any weird stuff, okay? I love your purple 48-month badge. So crazy to think about, dude. 4 years is absolutely just beyond reason. I can't believe I've been doing this that long. It's pretty wild stuff. Totally asking for weird stuff. You wouldn't be the first, and I presume you won't be the last. The beard attracts a weird sort for sure. I'm sure we'll have some other folks rolling in, but if not, I'll do it just for you. Stream, that is. Only stream, nothing else. Hey, other 3 viewers who have yet to actually appear and say anything yet. How are you guys doing? Hopefully well. Yeah, the starting stream was much shorter. Yeah, I was like ready to go. Everything was already done. So just normally I'm like wrapping up stuff the last second, fixing stuff, etc. So it just rolled in. Hey, awesome man 283. Hey, Bang. How's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Late, weird stream time for me, I know. I've been a weird couple days. Paleo, what's up, man? Also, we might have a card reveal tonight. I don't know what happened here, but the schedule got updated randomly today. Like, this card was in a different spot. Now it shows July 15th at 7:30, which is like 2 hours and 20 minutes from now. So I don't know what that's about. That's pretty wacky, but potentially we have a card that comes out tonight, which we'll look at it on stream. Then I'll probably go do a card review. I don't feel like it has to be super urgent for this random surprise card. Sir Rector, Mandy, Platinum Corgi, Jontron, Shawnog, Wild Bill, Boss, Star Champ. What's up, everybody? I haven't even looked at my rank. I didn't play yesterday at all. I'm nervous. Well, I did play Wild to finish some quests the other night, but not yesterday. Oh God. I don't play enough for this. I don't play enough to climb. Oh God, I gotta play more, and I gotta play Nozdormu today. I guess that'll make games go fast potentially. It's Nozdormu day. Nozdormu quests are up. What deck do I even add Nozdormu to? Can probably put it in our Elemental Shaman. I might be able to play like Menagerie Priest with it. I mean, Priest just, theoretically got notably worse, but that almost makes me want to play it more. I actually feel like I am allowed to play Priest now that it got nerfed, Like, what was Priest really good against? Like, what was Priest holding back? Big Demon Hunter. Oh, Control Warrior actually is something Priest was pretty good against. The Control Warrior might actually be more viable now. It was still bad against Death Rattle, Demon Hunter, and Big Druid, but it lost its bad Priest matchup. I might actually try to play a Control Warrior with Nozdormu, of all things. Try Hard Part 4, try harder. That's actually a good name. I am already thinking, like, I will probably do like a season 2 of Try Hard, and maybe like Back to Duels even in the future. What did I just copy? How did I get that? Did I accidentally copy my own deck? Let's see. I want a Control Warrior deck, a good base, and then we'll probably tweak it for the sake of Nozdormu. Got to get some Nozdormu games in today. Feed the people their Nozdormu. Hit plat for the first time. Congrats. It's always cool. Only one Nozdormu game out of 3. Yeah, it sounds like people still aren't really playing it a ton. All right, I gotta get Nozdormu in here. How the heck do I do that? This deck doesn't have dragons. Oh, it doesn't have Nazoth even. Okay, so I could probably lose Mutinous here. Honestly, I could probably lose Rattlegore. It seems like a pretty greedy run. Also, South Sea Scoundrel doesn't seem necessary here. Radogor's a little slow in this like shaman meta. In fact, I think I want a second minefield as well. And I think I want Nozdormu, of course, for Nozdormu Day. Mutinous a little slow against Shaman, too. I think we're going to see a lot of Shaman, so... Thinking about cutting Mutinous. Anything faster, more defensive I can slot in, like armor gain, life gain. Honestly, even like a... I don't know, sword and board sort of card. Would be really good against Shaman. They have 2 5s that are annoying. Execute, slam. Maybe weapon removal. I might run an ooze actually, yeah. Gonna make this deck a little bit worse, but like I said, we're not facing off against priests, so I don't think I need to. I think I can run a little bit lighter, a little bit lower curve here. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, so we got Nozdormu. We're playing Control Warrior. We're still tryharding. I guess we're probably tryharding a little less. Frankly, if I can't keep my rank stable because I don't play enough, I don't know if this tryhard thing's ever going to take. It's really hard to keep your rank going. I hate that. Yeah, I think Scrap Golem would probably be okay. Would probably prefer it in an Azoth build specifically, but since this doesn't have an Azoth, I think we went a good route here. I don't know what, you know, Silas combo has been a thing in Control Warrior. I think it's been a thing primarily to beat Priest. I wonder if we don't need that when there's presumably less Priest post nerf. I mean, there will still, of course, be some people clinging to Priest, but you have to imagine it'll be less likely to see Priest. Is game audio working and everything, guys? Hey, Paleo, what's up? You said you came to say hi earlier, then you left, then you came back to say hi again. I don't know what's going on here. What are you doing, Paleo? You mad lad. So did you guys have any luck with Nozdormu or not? Did you just not find Nozdormu lines? This feels early. I actually really like Rancor potentially next turn even. Let's just get buttons in while we can. If they go small and wide, I could Rancor. The Fell Maul is definitely a pain though. Like it's gonna hit me for 5 and remove my armor, so let's see. Minefield is notably worse. Blade Storm's not good either. I really hate that this is gonna whack me, and I have no good way to dodge it. Alright. Mancrick's gonna live here, unfortunately. Man, what do I do next turn? I have a 5-4 and a 3-1, plus probably another 3-4.
So many.
Blade Storm doesn't do anything. Crap. Maybe Mancrick will die if we get... Whoa! Actually insane. Okay, that saves me 2 health. That's a big deal. All right. I like that. You tried 3 games, nobody ran Nas. Yeah, see, that's the problem, right? Is like, when it's only 3 games required, people are just going to immediately take it back out of the deck, and then you have to catch everybody's first 3 games all at once. I bet like right as the quest goes live, or certain time points where certain regions are like waking up or something, maybe it's more likely, but it seems hard. Could set this up. Just, you know, force them to either hit it or ignore it. It's really not good though.
Crazy new series.
Really not good.
Try hard, but in the all-important and well-balanced.
If I had another mana, I could, you know, shield slam my own with armor up, but I don't. Crazy new series idea. Try hard, but in the all-important and well-balanced wild. Well, yeah, I mean, frankly, the plan is to go to wild eventually. Like, we started off by doing a duels series, then we're doing kind of a try hard standard series. I want to do a battleground series, something like the quest for 10k or something, even though I've already been 10k, so maybe we should do like 11k or 12k or leaderboard or something. And then wild, or whatever order, right? Wild format, probably arena too. Just go for a little bit of everything, you know. Pretty heads up trade to deny me a good Rancor. I would say. Guess I Bladestorm armor up, but I am really running out of time here. I could Ranker armor up as well to gain a little bit more life. I guess it's probably going to get notably worse over time. Ranker coin armor up. Next turn I can go Shield Maiden, Shield Slam. Okay, save the Bladestorm for the Crash maybe. Kind of makes sense. Kind of like that. Do I need to armor up? Do I want to save coin? I think I want to armor up. I think I need as much health as humanly possible. Coin's gonna get kind of diminishing returns. Only, I guess, exactly like the Crush turn with Bladestorm would coin be good, but I think we can do better in the meantime. So, no, Sam, thanks for the bits, by the way. Amazing.
Want to know why they call me Kodo?
He played Mandrake. Ouch. God, dude. Now, freaking Shield Slam's not even good enough. Ugh. This is like the perfect line to beat me with Hunter. I actually think we're pretty good against Hunter sometimes, but the like awkward middle-sized delayed minions are like perfect for me because I can't get a good clean kill on anything. Ooh, that makes my brawl way better if that wins. Oh boy. Shield Maiden Shield Slam is obviously not it. I need the 1/1 to win so bad. So bad. Bladestorm got way worse. I could try a crazy like minefield Bladestorm here if it like goes perfectly. Puts this to 4. This dead and this to 5. No, that wouldn't work. Yeah. We just gotta, I guess we just gotta hit the 1/1. I don't know. I think we're dead though. The 1/1 shall live. Oh! Good try. That's definitely going to be lethal. They have at least 8 that we know of. Oh, and that's like a quick shot and arcane shot, so we're super dead. Yeah. Might have been dead anyway, honestly. They would have had 2, 4. Quick shot would have been 7, and arcane shot would have been 9, assuming that's what those are. Might have always been dead, even to the 1/1. How is this not lethal? He's got 2 spells off. Dude, I'm at 4 health. This... I guess it could be like tracking and I feel like it's always quick shot, isn't it? What's the other 2-mana spell? They run one? Just getting BM'd, right? Pedro Raposa. Wait, what? That's gotta be a quick shot. I don't understand. What do you have in that slot if not quick shot? I don't know. We will never know unless he's watching and BMing. Scavenger's Ingenuity? Maybe. It's not common, but sure, perhaps. Good as an explanation as I got, man. I'll buy it.
Magni versus Malfurion.
Magni versus Malfurion.
For Cosmodon.
For Cosmodon. Okay. We looking at... Boy, I can't beat Clown Druid at all. Or at least it's very hard. I can combo maybe if I draw enough, but... I assumed we weren't going to see a lot of Token Druid today given the Gibberling nerf. I thought people would move away from it. But we'll see. We're actually pretty solid against Token Druid, I think, so I would welcome it. I would welcome it. No Rattlegore? What? We literally cut Rattlegore. What do you think Rattlegore's good against out of curiosity? What does Rattlegore beat in the meta right now? Where I really need a Rattlegore. I think it's really strange this deck runs Rattlegore. It's probably good against exactly Warlock, but if you have OTK, you don't even really need that. You just kill people. So Rattlegore, I think, is just stranded. Probably decent against Priest. But even they can find silences so reliably these days. Focused Will, or whatever that card's called. I'm just gonna lose, right? I can't accelerate this game quickly enough.
Lightly used armor.
So we gotta play for OTK, I think. Just go over the top of any clowns or whatever. Playing a 5/4? Oh, it is still token. Oh my god, perfect. Okay, never mind. We're good. Bladestorm's fine. Do we take the Brawl on this one, or do we just take the Bladestorm because it's clean? I think we just take the Bladestorm because it's clean, right? Bladestorm's not any better against like Soul of the Forest or anything anyway, is it? I don't think so. Dexter just had this matchup against Clown Druid. The opponent had 2 sets of 14/14 clowns. Both died to Whirlwind twice to Bladestorm. Yeah, and he still lost. Jeez. That's brutal. Grid Villain, what's up? Thanks for the 300 bits. Yeah, no, that was you know, I didn't want to so you're referencing the AMA, which I did a video on this morning, and somebody asked if like I don't know, control and combo were underseen or underrepresented in the meta or whatever, and Pixar said more or less that people tend to respond. Ooh, that was a clutch play. People tend to respond poorly to control and combo decks. So they, you know, it's not like they've prioritized making them more popular, which kind of sounded like they don't really love control and combo decks that much. I don't think they're like actively avoiding them necessarily. But then we also got Priest nerfed the same day, which Priest is the only control deck in the meta right now. So it does kind of feel like control is getting a bit of a slap in the face. You could arguably, I guess, call Primordial Druid a control deck. I don't really think it is, though, to be honest. It's almost like it's just a it's almost like a combo deck that wins via minions instead of via damage, which sounds weird, but in other words, it's about presenting threats as opposed to reacting to them. So it's not like a pure, true combo deck in a sense. So anyway, it seemed like kind of a slap in the face to control as an archetype, which is sad. I certainly prefer playing control decks, but haven't you seen Control Warlock? It's tier 4. I mean, it's not good. It is very control-y. That's true. Like, it is pure to its archetype, but it's just not competitive. It has a 44% win rate right now. So, and Control Warrior also kind of tier 4. I think there's room right now for Control Warrior to grow. That's why we're playing it today, because Priest got nerfed. I think there's room for this to kind of move forward. But high tier decks are basically all aggro decks. So, oh my god. Jeez, bro. He decides to go face. We actually have a good brawl again. Yeah, I want the armor for sure. We'll probably just coerce whatever wins. Bulwark's also interesting though, right? We could also maybe Bulwark. We stranded our Corsair Cache by drawing all 3 weapons already. That's pretty crazy. There's fire in your heart. I guess since we have a weapon, we just do this, right? So we got through both Glowflies and an Arbor Up. I think we're already through, you know, lion's share of the boards here. But of course, our hand is looking a little awkward with 3 weapons that all have very long clocks and a weapon equipped already as well. So we're a little stranded for options here. Hey, Bahab, dude, thanks for the 29-month sub. Tier 2 sub at that. 29 months. How long I'm waiting for the next Regis custom card video? It's actually already done. I'm just waiting on sponsor approval. So it will be here soon.
Pay attention, class.
It's just sitting on YouTube right now. Chilling, doing its thing. Okay. Do we play this just to get the deck flowing? Probably so, right? If I wanted to go with the Kargath for the instant trade right now, I can actually. I just need to corrupt first. It's 5 mana, at least 4 for Kargath. Oh, I have Stonemaul Anchorman as well, though. So if I play the Outrider's Axe, I risk hitting that and it not being playable. So I could go Bulwark here.
It's hammer time.
That way, either one is playable. kind of don't love it. Bulwark, I would say, though, is not great necessarily against Token Druid. They have a lot of small little stuff. And, of course, they just have hero power. So playing it whenever is probably fine, realistically. Just get through the charges so we open up the other guys. I might even, like, overwrite this at some stage if I need to. We'll see. I think given how many people play on mobile and prefer fast games, Hearthstone probably prefer to encourage aggro and less control. No, 100%. That's what I talked about in my AMA coverage today, how Blizzard's much more incentivized, I think, to want faster games. And a lot of players are the same way. Wow, Sourfang's actually nuts here. Really nuts. May end up overriding my Bulwark, but that's not a big problem. I am okay with that, to draw some cards and own some people. Okay. Do I even go face with the Bulwark right now? Just because I think Crush is gonna die and I get damaged that way. Seems sort of insane, but yeah. What a weird play. I've never done that before, but you never know, man. One damage can make a difference when you're an OTK deck. Like, why not? If Crash doesn't die, it's still gonna protect me this turn against these 5/3s based on hero power attacks. So I don't lose too much like defense value immediately, and I gain a ton of well, not a ton. I gain a very minimal advantage. Looks like Crash is gonna die though, so it might have been a good call. Man, these boards are crazy. Shoot, Ranker's not enough. Man. I need Barov. Ooze is also just hot garbage. I already used my brawls, so this board is really annoying. I can steal a 2/5. Seems sort of pointless.
So many.
Can just like shield Maiden up. Really needed Barov. So what's in hand? 2 random garbage cards. Savage Roar doesn't exist. Maybe another Pride's Fury. Oh boy. 12 damage there too is crazy. It could take one of the 6/3s, but it doesn't feel great. Could take a taunt. That also doesn't feel great. Heartless Ghosty Dude, thanks for the 11-month sub, sir.
Maybe.
I think I gotta chill a turn, but I'm obviously quite scared. I'm just gonna play this just to tempo it, right? Like, might make a difference on a ranker hit or something. Attacking would also probably be reasonable, but I just don't want to give them too much extra damage. Because I'd still like to hit a Barov or a Bladestorm or something, maybe line up some better math here. It's not like we're dead to the board or anything, so we can still chill maybe for a minute. Soul of Forest is gross. It's not like that gross, but it is gross. Trading for me, okay. Actually, sort of love that. That makes my ranker take more immediate damage out of play, right? Corsair Cash is completely useless. Bum. 8, 10, 12 damage left on board if I clear with Ranker Outrider's Axe. Would I rather draw off the Outrider's Axe or heal off the Outrider's Axe trade? I think I'd have to draw because I have so few cards. A Shield Slam would also be pretty decent.
So many choices.
These weapons, like I said, it's just so annoying. Barov It's basically a turn late. Would have been absolutely insane with the ranker, but now that I've already rankered, he's kind of useless. Could have drawn first, but then I would have had a pretty suboptimal line if I didn't hit exactly Barov. So hindsight, everything there. Another ranker would be nice. Other Bladestorm would be nice. Frankly, a Minefield would work pretty well with Barov. I could Shield Slam my own Barov. I could Silas something. I don't know what. Currently not a thing, but we'll see. I mean, ultimately, we're still at a pretty healthy, 39 or whatever. So we're looking at what, 12, 13 right now. Even if they buff, we're looking at probably like 17 with the Pride's Fury. Okay, that's actually something I could steal, maybe. Or just, man, give me that ranker again. Thank God, it's still beautiful. I guess I can't steal the taunt. I can steal this one because of positioning, but Armor Vendor. Okay, let's draw first. See what we find. So risky, but there's so many good plays, right?
Today we got a bit of a
Oh,
scare
that's
with
chief among them. Oh my God.
Luckily for us, it went.
I don't
into
ever
city
save
around
this, right?
40
He's just gonna have a
kilometers away
2/2,
from
so I
here.
just use this now. 100%. That's gotta be game, right? Like that had to stabilize me, right? Yeah, okay. That had to be enough. Oh my God, dude, that was scary. Like you almost got there. Jeez. Tribunius with the 29 months. I can't believe it. That's crazy. There's been a few big subs tonight, man. That's wild. Oh, I didn't even hear that 100 bits. Today we got a bit of a scare with tornado warnings. Oh no. Yeah, we get tornado warnings a few times a year, usually at least. We had one like last weekend. I guess it was a watch, actually, not a warning. Last week. It is always horrifying. Always terrifying. It really scared me as a kid a lot too. Thankfully we have a nice good basement, but still, horrifying anyway. But you feel a little more at ease with a basement, I think. At least I do. Alrighty. Armor Vendor ×2 seems pretty cool. A fellow warrior. Okay. Mirror matches, I'll say, are one place I would like a Rattlegore when we were talking about the Rattlegore earlier. If they have a more... Oh, it's a Noz game! Yes! If they have a more value-driven list, because we kind of went like anti-aggro, right? Like we have Ooze and we added some more, removal cards and stuff. And we cut some of the value, like Rattlegore, and I think we cut one other value card. I don't remember what it was. But they could definitely outvalue me if we don't find a good OTK line or can't get a good board advantage or something. Pretty spooky stuff. Oh, they're rushed though. Okay, so that basically negates everything I said. Now we just play the control game. They're not a control deck, so we will hopefully be able to outlast and outvalue them. Pretty good start. We have a ton of armor. Not the best hand, I'd say. I would also say their deck's probably a little bit harder to play through Nozdormu because they have a lot of like trades to queue and stuff,
Apothecary for Nose Day.
A little bit more
Nose
awkward
is
for
a
them.
big
Ooh,
dragon
Axe is
after
so
all.
good here. Wow. I was kind of worried that wasn't gonna die. And I just need cards, so pretty perfect. Pretty perfect. Played Necrium Apothecary for Noz Day. Noz is a big dragon after all. Wait, Necrium Apothecary. Isn't that the rogue Death Rattle card? Wait. I'm confused how those things connect. Am I missing a connection here? I feel like there's something I'm not hearing or seeing here. Okay. I don't think we hit there yet. Not a great trade. Much like you just now, Regis, I got very excited when I found out my opponent was running Noz. Yeah, it's our first Noz today. I think this is my last game for the quest, but I planned on keeping Noz anyway. We'll take the hit all day today just to have some fun, right? If a prominent community leader, such as myself, what a ridiculous title, by the way. If somebody like me doesn't run Noz, who's going to, right? I think I'm obligated more or less to run Noz.
Deathwing combo.
Oh, Deathwing. Oh, that's right. I remember that. Oh, yeah. Necrium into Deathwing, Death Rattle guy to summon Noz. I got you. Okay. That sounds pretty cool. Definitely get some use out of the Noz. We have no use for Noz in this deck. I could run N'Zoth to, like, validate the Noz, but just didn't want to go to the trouble. Have to change the deck quite a bit, so. He's just an 8/8, which actually might get played this turn. Let's see. This isn't good yet. Minefield's a little better, but screw it, I don't know. Give me the 8/8, baby. Minefield will probably be good later too, right? This is the thing, right? Like, he's gonna have a tight clock here, getting all these attacks through, maybe. Not too bad, I guess. Still a good minefield next turn, it looks like. We can hit minefields. He's kind of getting light on resources already. We're still at a pretty nice health total. We're gonna be 31. Feeling pretty good. Ooh, I should actually play this first in case we get the weapon off the draw. Don't want to mess ourselves up there. Probably don't have a lot to do otherwise anyway. Armor up or re-equip? I think armor up actually is more valuable. He knows we have the weapon anyway, but there's not like an informational difference. Just like getting that button every chance I get. Can't get more button turns later. That turn's gone forever. Regis, heed my call. Okay. I finished all my Noz stuff, but I might keep it in too because it's been fun and would love to see it last all day. Yeah, I think we definitely want to try as much as we can to support the fun, you know. God, I hope this does not win, or I am kind of in trouble. Okay, good. Troublemaker's definitely a troublesome card for us. No question. This is a good turn, probably. Even if there's nothing else going on, I can just get 8 armor, maybe. I will crush you! Oh my god, another one. Jeez, that actually sucks. I can hit one now, though, and steal it with Silas. Now that I have the weapon equipped and mana. So I think we'll take that route. In fact, I can still give them the Ash Tongue, too. Since I'm using the Silas anyway, right, it just gives them kind of a bad minion instead of giving them the Silas, which is slightly better. And it might be awkward for them to, you know, get rid of this thing without dying. I am at 14 here, which is really quite scary, but I've now cemented the lead and have a bulwark. And you go like Crash Bladestorm or Crash Ranker to make a good play out of it, I think. Ooh, that's got a sting, doesn't it? Man. Seems like this Samuro is gonna open up a decent Ranker at least. Well, not that decent, I guess.
Cry, baby.
Yeah.
Cry, baby.
Just do that, right? It's all good. Get the 8, get the Sour Fang loaded up and stuff. Hit them for an extra 4. It's pretty good. Feel like I'm in a great spot now. I don't know how to lose from here. Alex is not a threat. We're at 22. Just, I don't know. Feel like we're just way ahead. Noz is a card. Just trade face. Okay. I'm down to 8 cards in deck. Man, I drew a lot off the, oh, whoopsie. I drew a lot, I guess, off my weapon, huh? We burned through the deck. Also, the pirate guy, we haven't even drawn off him yet. Man. This deck has more draw than I realized. Corsair Cash, I guess. The weapon attacks are, you know, up to 6 draws. Pretty crazy. Guy's annoying, isn't he? Shield Slam would be cool. Is it worth the Barov, or do we maybe just bulwark this? Chill. I think we just bulwark and chill. The much more uncomfortable version of Netflix and chill. It's far pokier. I don't know about that though. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not.
Diet
Okay, Sword Eater. This is starting to get a little more enticing now. He's kind of light on stuff, so we could probably pull this off. We still have this. We could also just go Sour Fang, I guess. It's not bad either. I still have the Crush, so it's a big heal. Yeah, let's just go Sour Fang. That way I save the Rankers. I have plenty of life, so it's not like I need the life. Just get the cheaper, easier clear, save the Rankers for slightly higher health stuff if needed. So we're pretty close to lethal soon. He's at 14. He's at 11. Oh, Alex to clear. Okay. Actually kind of a pain for me to deal with. Weirdly enough.
I can take the hit.
This game's going the distance, man. He's playing it out. I respect. I respect. I'm back up to 41, though. Looking pretty good on the health total side of things. Still going the distance. All right. Real close to lethal here, but not quite. Coerce, eh? Really want to give him the armor here. I think I go like this.
For impact.
In a weird way, it's like sort of like losing 5 to save 8. You know, I don't know. It's a net 3 gain, but still feels kind of weird. Could have just whacked him really hard and pretended the crush didn't exist. It's still a problem if he has Sour Fang, which he might not. They don't always. Particularly with a Noz in there, who knows? Okay. Still annoying. Double Ranker here. It's a 9-1. What the heck, man? That's gruesome. Stop. I think I actually double Ranker. I mean, it kind of like leaves me exposed, I suppose. I am? I mean, he does have 9 cards to my 5. I need to maybe be careful here. I don't know. I don't think it's possible to lose when you have 47 health, but I can't totally take this for granted. That actually helped a little, because fatigue will kill him very soon. You know. Oh, that also helps a lot. Okay. That's a big one. This dude has played this game out. Jeez. Why give up the ooze? Well, okay, sure. Leave it on board, you mean, instead of healing off of it? My instincts are to gain as much life as possible, but maybe the threat on board is worth more, sure. I don't know if it is against a Rush Warrior specifically, just because they're so good at reacting to things, but maybe when they're this low, it's worth keeping the ooze alive. Sure. I think if they were at 20, you always take the life, but if they're at 8 or whatever they were, yeah, I think that's a reasonable counterpoint. Tremedius agrees. Said this. We were in the same line there. Sergeant Smokey, what's up, man? Just no need to get excited here. Just save these for any kind of 2-part removal. So what cards do we think they have left? We think they have a Conditioning, a Playmaker, maybe a Tent Trasher, but probably not. Usually a one of. I don't think they have any real significant threats here. So let's just wait. It's just like a little tenuous, you know? Like I said, I'm at 57, so I don't think we have any problems. I probably just have to Shield Slam this at some point. But not quite yet, I don't think. I think we can chill. The Shield Slam is not going to lose its potency for a while, obviously. They have an attack with their weapon, which I find intriguing. I wonder what they're waiting for exactly. Ooh, a Kargath would be really bad here. Like, really bad. Like, terrifically terrible. Okay. This is, probably a brawl. Because I don't think the board's ever going to get wider. I guess there are a bunch of 1/1s that he could condition, but they'll all be at the same totals. So let's just brawl. I guess I don't want the playmaker to win. Okay. I've seen this card for 100 years. I see it in my nightmares. This game got weirdly close. So basically I need the conditioning and then Bladestorm, right? Like, the only challenge is how many of these will he play at once? If he kind of staggers them, I'm in a little bit more trouble. Could probably get away with just killing these two. But I can't really take the risk too much because he might play a smaller minion alongside them later. So let's just Bladestorm now. He's going to be dead to fatigue pretty soon, although I'm also dying to fatigue pretty soon, frankly. I can only kill 2 and he's got 3. I don't know. If he has a small minion, though, I couldn't risk the Bladestorm for the later turn, right? Okay, so I'm leaving up a 4/4 permanently here, basically. What's the last card? God, he's not dying to fatigue fast enough. I feel like I'm going to lose here. I feel like I'm going to lose. I only have 40, but I'm taking 5, 6, 7, and another 4. Oh, God, I'm 100% dead. I lose. He did draw off that. Does that change the math enough in my favor? There's no way. That's so big. Oh, my God. He gained 8 is the problem, right? Like, he just gained so much health. So he takes 5. He's at 20. That's 15. I mean, it's not enough. I'm dead next turn. I'm dead the turn after this one. I cannot believe we lost. Good on him for playing it out. My God. He actually had this hour thing. The greed on him. Probably should have suspected it when we saw the stone balls, honestly. Crash sometimes gets run on its own, but... Oh my God, dude. The full hand conditioning value. Ugh. Crazy. I'm proud of that guy for playing that out. I thought he was dead 5 years ago. I don't know how to win that game, though, actually. In hindsight, I don't feel like... I guess maybe that double ranker turn, but... The ranker wasn't going to be good against any of that stuff. Everything was like 4/4s. If I'd like saved a ranker, plus there would have been a 9/1 on board. Not drawing as much was a line, but then we probably died of boards because we don't have any removal. I don't know how to win that. Should have waited on Bladestorm. I can't risk it because it gets... If he ever plays any smaller minion alongside the 4/4s, I can't. The Bladestorm becomes useless, basically. So you have to take the Bladestorm when it looks like it's reasonable, because if you don't know what's going to come down, and then your Bladestorm is just dead the rest of the game. So I think you have to take 2 off of it. That's what I was saying when I made the play. Like, yeah, in hindsight, of course, he only had a big minion left. With conditioning, they couldn't have been smaller, right? He could have played, well... Any other... You're focusing on only the riders. We didn't know what was in hand. There were 3 cards in hand we didn't know. Any smaller thing...
Play 2 small minions. You still had
could have killed us. 2 small minions? No, a 3 health minion would not have died to my weapon and also would have ruined a Bladestorm. I guess, was everything already in hand when he conditioned? Maybe that makes everything a 4/4 in that case or higher. Everything has at least 1 health. Maybe that's fair. I don't know when he conditioned. If he conditioned and everything was already in hand, then everything would have had to have been a 4/4. unless he generated something off like athletic studies. But I think maybe we'd already seen both athletic studies. I'm not sure. Do-do-do-do. 100% the best version of the deck plays Rattlegore. 100% this is a brand new meta. Rattlegore was only good against decks that got nerfed. 100%. 100%. Saying things like 100% is really annoying, by the way. 100%. Nothing's 100%. You should say, hey, Regis, I think Rattlegore is good on this list for these reasons. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's a good thought. Yeah. When you say things like 100%, it sounds falsely confident. It makes me believe you less. 100%. Sorry to mock you, but it's annoying. I hate stuff like that. I hate people who are really confident. I want you to consider alternatives, like I just did, where everybody was like, hey, Regis, you should have done this thing. And I was like, oh, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe if the cards were in hand already, conditioning does make everything reasonable.
120% Rattlegore is not a teacher.
He's not a teacher. Why is he in the duels? Why is he in duels? So here, to give you a real answer instead of mocking the approach you use in your communication, we grabbed this list tonight. We said to ourselves, what was Rattlegore good against, right? What did Rattlegore advantage us in? What matchups is Rattlegore useful in? We thought, okay, maybe Control Warlock. We're not going to see those in Legends. We thought maybe Priest, and Priest is something we're not expecting to see because it just got nerfed. We're expecting to see Face Hunters, Elemental Shamans. Rattlegore's really bad against those decks because he's so slow, right? He's 9 mana. He doesn't interact with those decks at all. You're just dead because you have a 9 mana Rattlegore in hand. So we took out Rattlegore and we added an Acidic Swamp Ooze and Minefield because we thought they gave us more favorable advantages in the meta we're going to see. So that's your explanation. Every meta Vicious Syndicate has to cut Cthulhu and put in Rattlegore for Control Warrior. You'll note we also don't have Cthulhu, interestingly. So we didn't have to make that exchange. Rattle was a Priest win condition. Exactly. So Priest goes away because they got nerfed today. So we take Rattlegore out. You use that almost like it was a counterpoint to me, but that's exactly what I'm saying. We're saying Priest is probably going away today. At least today, because the pendulum kind of overswings usually, right? People kind of overcompensate for nerfs. So why... And a dead card versus Token Druid. Oh my god, I'm so confused. Why are you...
I must shoot. What now?
I don't understand what you mean.
Ew. Ooh.
They always copy it?
Viper.
What is... Priest just soul mirroring Rattlegores? I mean, sure, but we don't need Rattlegore to beat any meta matchup. You're telling me what it's bad against previously. What's it good against right now, right? Like, take me to today. What do you think Rattlegore helps me beat? Where does it advantage us? Why is it good against Shaman? Why is it good against Hunter? Why is it good against Rush Warrior? The 3 decks that we're playing every game. Break it down for me. Is it good in those matchups? It might have actually, for the record, might have been good last game against the Rush Warrior we played. To give you some credit there. We kind of ran out of threats when we lost our OTK win condition. So I'm willing to hear that argument. But I do not think Rattlegore is good against Face Hunter or Elemental Shaman, which I suspect are 70% of our matchups today. I think they just like hearing Rattlegore. Say Rattlegore one more time. Say it one more time.
What now?
Why not coin Stonewall? Because I'm distracted and arguing with chat. Probably. There's no advantage. I actually think we can't really win this game, though. But particularly because I'm about to burn a card, and it'll be a combo piece because I'm arguing with chat. So we're definitely going to lose. I should have coined Nozdormu there for the record. Actually would have been the play. I wanted a hero power because I like armor to win this one, but Cthulhu's going to outvalue us. Like, we're really terrible in the mirror match because we went for anti-aggro plays. I'm gonna burn a combo piece. I know it because I'm arguing with chat. I always get punished. No, we can burn it. That's okay. Do we just gift him 8? It's gonna be impossible to win this, man. I just can't win. We just can't outvalue Cthulhu. Do. You think Rattlegore is against Death Rattle Demon Hunter? You gotta break that down for me. It just seems totally useless for me against Death Rattle Demon Hunter. How do you use it? What does it do? It's not interacting with him at all. You're just gonna die.
Wretched story.
I could maybe see the Rush Warrior argument. I feel like not every game's gonna play it like the game we just played. That sounds fairly reasonable to me, at least. Bulwark, maybe you need this to counter. I just think we're doomed this matchup. There's just no way to win.
Do not confide.
I'm running a bad card that they're not running. I don't have the value. We're playing an anti-aggro list. Also, Shadowcats, we have not seen any of those decks. We see Rush Warrior and we see Elemental Shaman and no OTK Demon Hunter. We've seen like one Jombre Druid in the last week. Which actually, I don't feel like we'd need Rattlegore to beat that. I feel like you just need Brawls to beat that, but I'd have to think about it more. We just can't win this matchup, right? I need Silas here to steal this thing. Don't have a Silas. It's so funny. Rattlegore pops in already. I can't keep armor against Rattlegore. I could reliably draw here and hit a Silas. I could maybe get enough value off the Rattlegore to win, but how unlikely might I hit Silas, you know? That ain't a Silas. That's not Silas. Why is it called Jombre Druid? Because Jombre made it. It's just kind of a specific build of Druid that nobody else really played until he made it, so it's just attributed to him. It's kind of a spell, like a late game spell Druid as opposed to like a token spell Druid, basically. They still kind of have some tokeny stuff happening, but it happens in a different phase of the game, essentially. OTK Rattlegore. I should probably concede this game because it's going to take us 30 minutes to lose. I mean, maybe if I top deck Silas, I steal this Rattlegore or something. I don't know. It's not, I don't even think that would really be enough, to be frank, though. I think it'd still be, I think we'd still lose the Cthulhu value, potentially. I mean, maybe if I just draw no other cards and stuff, but, you know, I'm going to draw at least one other card off the Sour Fang. Really kind of need to draw cards off the Axe. This game feels so slow now that we're in the non-Nozdormu world. I think that felt so much better. One for the minefields. Okay. Not even hitting the dude, huh? Oh, double minefield. Got it. Alright. Oh! Interesting! I'm never gonna OTK, so I guess we do this, huh? I maybe give them an ooze, or do I think I need the ooze on the bulwark later? Maybe if I got Rattlegore's hidden face, I need the ooze on the bulwark later. I can't believe we actually top deck the Silas. What an insane, strange world. Do I coerce the Silas here just for lack of anything interesting to do otherwise? I don't know. Not expecting a ton of huge threats in this deck, right? It's like Crash and so on, but who knows? Let's try to get there now. I don't know. This wax face 3 or 4 times, right? Like, it's not impossible to find just boards that win. We lose our burst damage, so we kind of have to win through the Rattlegore value. But if it just keeps him on the back foot enough, you know. The question I don't know the answer to here is, from a just complete lack of experience with this matchup, is do we continue to build out other threats, or do we leave the singular Rattlegore on board so that he doesn't have access to like brawls and stuff? You know? I think for now we leave the singular Rattlegore on board, don't we? It's just not, it's already not that big though. It's like he's gonna whack through this in a couple turns.
So many choices.
I don't know. Would a Shield Maiden be okay? I don't know. Theoretically, sure, but does it open up a brawl that suddenly, you know, clears a Rattlegore for free, basically? I guess in that case, I do have a 5/5 on board, so maybe it's more or less the same. But theoretically, I'm giving him avenues to answer at least chunks of the Rattlegore. I don't know. I need to draw 0 cards the rest of the game and still have a competitively viable hand. That's going to be tough to do, I think. Well, particularly because Stonemaul is going to draw at least 1 off the Sour Fang. I need to, like...
I wonder.
I've got weapon attacks that can hit face, right? This is 18 damage. This is another 10 damage. That's 28 damage theoretically on top of whatever minion damage we connect through. So, yeah. Okay, that netted me 6. Maybe that protecting against the Bladestorm there. That's cool. Bulwark. Okay, we saved ooze for this, so that's nice. It's another 5 we're gonna net. I think we just chill here. I don't want to go too wide. I want to be able to present multiple threats over time, right? So let's just hang tight for a second. Axe, if he's drawing cards, I think I'm okay with. Like, yes, it's finding his Cthulhu faster, but in all reality, I can probably survive against the Cthulhu just via life gain, right? I'm more worried about the fatigue clock at the end of the game. So I'm happy to see him drawing cards. Rattlegore nets another round. Am I willing to draw a card to gain an extra charge on Outrider's Axe? I don't think so, because it could be Bulwark, and that's useless, so... Let's chill. Get this down so that Sour Fang presents another board threat. Okay, how much damage does Rattlegore dealt face? It hit for 6, it didn't hit for 5, right? But it just hit for 4, so I think it's dealt 10 to face already. That's a Shield Slam Rattlegore, maybe? No, just the Brawl already, okay. That makes the Sour Fang perhaps a little stickier. And Crush wins, that's nice. It's harder to deal with, maybe. Drawing again, great. Rattlegore dealt 13 now, I think. Soon to be 15, perhaps. I think we chill, right? Sour Fang, we want the Crush to die. I am kind of running out of threats at the moment, so I wonder if I do grab a weapon here. I have a 2/3 to get an axe. Maybe I just end this game via damage and not worry about fatigue so much. Are notifications off? I don't think so. Oh, I didn't see it though. Oh my god, maybe. Lipton iced tea salesman with $10. Oh my god, it says, hey Regis, I don't really watch Twitch. Just wanted to directly tell you, you've become my favorite Hearthstone YouTuber. I always wanted longer videos rather than 1 to 2 games. Keep up the good work. Oh, thanks, man. That's really nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna pressure. I really hope I don't hit Bulwark here though.
Maybe
It's
no.
also though the Crush hasn't died yet. Maybe I wait. Maybe I wait. I want that crush weapon damage as well. I just hate floating this much mana. Oh boy. Thank you for the crazy $10 donation, dude. Sorry, yeah, I didn't hear that come through. I don't know. Did it pop up on screen? Did it at least pop up on screen? Or just not say anything? I may have to check. Sometimes the audio is hard for me to hear. I have it like on a speaker. It's separate from my headset, so it doesn't always come through clearly. Hey, Turtle of Fury. Oh my god. Thanks for the gifted sub. Grats, Genius4. Amazing. Nothing came on screen. Really? Let me try this. Does it come on screen now? Huh. Oh, I have it turned off. Hold up. I don't know why it's turned off. There it goes.
Hey Regis,
That
I don't
did
really
it.
watch Twitch, but just wanted to directly tell you that you
Now
have
I
become
see.
my
Sorry about that,
favorite
Lipton. Thanks
HSTuber.
for
I
letting me know,
always
man.
wanted
Yeah.
videos rather than the 1-2 doing others
I would have never noticed. He's drawing
Keep up the
again.
good work
Okay.
and great videos.
Man, I like that. Rattlegore also has chunks for like what now? 15 or something? I don't even know, but a significant amount. You've done it, Rattlegore. You've made it to the end of your journey. So I play this with Crush still alive. I'd lose potentially a lot of damage, right? If Crush dies.
Maybe.
But I push the damage faster as well. Rattlegore's the 1-1. He's so cute. I mean, there's a chance Crush doesn't die. It hasn't been dying yet, but I'll definitely encourage it more if he overwrites a weapon with it. I only
Regis,
lose
dude,
6.
What are you doing today, you try-hard maniac? You?
Yes, but I lose speed, if that makes sense. Like, I lose sort of the acceleration of the damage. That said, I think it's okay. I think we still go. Because Crush may not even die, right? So we're actually ahead on the fatigue count now. He's got 2 Cthulhu pieces to go. I have a nice healthy life total for Cthulhu survivability, which is nice.
Their YT channel's Regis Steambin is great for the streams I miss. Please keep being the most fun.
Oh
nice
my god,
Regis
another
content
$10
creator I
from
know.
Gussel. Oh my god, man. Thanks, Gussel, for $10, dude. Wow. Yeah, I'm super happy with how the stream YouTube VOD channel thingy has gone too. Grimgrud says, Regis, dude, what are you doing today, you maniac? Just hanging out, man. Waiting for this card reveal tonight that might actually happen, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. They updated the schedule. Trying to win this crazy Hearthstone game too. 26.2 much, Mama and Papa Regis with the tier 3 sub, dude. Amazing. Thanks, Mama and Papa Regis. See you this weekend. Does Rattlegore survive again?
Boys, make some room by the hearth, won't
My opponent's been thinking a lot about all of these turns. Ranker. Okay, give me that armor, baby. Looks like we're gonna see a clear here, maybe, finally. Oh, okay. They had an ooze anyway, so that's kind of chill. Ooh. I think I start bulwarking face, right? I don't know, because the Crush could die at any moment. That's okay. We want the Crush to die for the Sour Fang reload anyway.
Choices.
Alright. Alright. Deal. Bulwark face twice tonight. Oh my god, Namlook with a Prime sub and Steely Thunder with the 2 months as well. Kicking off the hype train, guys. Wow, thanks to the almost complete level 1 hype train. That's kind of wild, actually. Just throwing my shield at him. Yeah, just smacking him in the face with a spiky, pointy shield. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, if we keep him low enough, fatigue becomes a real threat, right? So even if we don't, like, secure the lethal with these weapons, it might still be enough to, like, get there later, you know?
Gold and
So,
legendary.
do I want to play
I
Sour
also
Fang
agree with the
immediately
fact you
here,
agreed
or
with me.
wait a
He is
minute?
great YouTuber. Carrot.
The reason I ask is because I might want to fully squeeze value out of this weapon. The thing is, though, it doesn't even like outpace armor right now, so I think I have to develop a threat. I guess we just trade in the pirate here, right? Sadly, I'm drawing a card, which I don't really want to do, but
Children of the Horde.
it's okay.
Ultimate potion.
Man, I've gained so much armor this game. I'm starting to wonder if I should have held for combo. That said, of course, their health total would be notably lower if we weren't like playing that Ralligor and chipping them, or higher, excuse me. They might be out of range if I hadn't played the Ralligor and stuff, so. Do you plan on doing Shadow Priest? Yeah, of course, man. We play like every deck, you know? I'll play everything we can. I usually play like 20 decks in the first week or something, so. True, my health total would also be lower. Good point. Yes, I would not have 34 armor if he had a Ralligor. Excellent point. In both cases, we would probably be out of range, so. It's not fair to say like, oh, we could have played for combo. I'm imagining he has rule for this, right? Like a brawl again, or, you know, just some sort of mix of Blade Storms and whatever else, right? Rankers or something. I do have a Kargath Blade Fist, which also gives me another net fatigue card. But beyond that, I am pretty useless. I probably don't even really want to play Armor Vendors. So we're kind of down to the bottom of the barrel when it comes to threats. I mean, we can get through these two Crush weapons. Maybe one, if this one gets overwritten, basically. Oh my god! That could be a throw. He waited so late. If it's Rush Minions, he's not going to have time. Oh, that's pretty bad. He only gets 3 and he has no time to play them. Wow! Wow! He did it, chat! He won the unwinnable game. Never give up, dude. Oh my god, I went from whining and misplaying and arguing to winning the unwinnable game. Unreal. Who needs Ralligor when you can take your opponents? That's the moral of the story here. Yeah, I literally did not pay a lick of attention for 5 minutes. Absolutely not. We were just arguing the whole time.
Magni versus Rexar.
Did we get some good Nozdormu games? We had one. Yeah, we had one Noz game. That's it. Actually, might keep a Shield Maid. It's not bad. A little slow, perhaps. Ooze is really not great against Hunter specifically. Yeah, we can do better. We need Armor Vendors. We need Minefields. We need Blade Storms. We need Soulbound Ash Tongue. Did I actually tempo this? I think I might. It's really good against Wolpertingers. It's not great against yeah, I don't know. I think since I have Minefield, I don't tempo it. I don't think so.
Welcome.
If I didn't have the Minefield set up, I probably would though. It's gonna get so much more useless later in the game, right? It does nothing later, so. Oh man. It's like the one thing. I actually, although you don't really want an Ash Tongue out against the Felmaw, because it gets to deal damage either way to your face. Maybe if I don't have another minion, it's the same difference, more or less. But
Let me work my magic.
okay, Initiate is a Minefield target, but not a great one. Could also just Shield Slam and save this Minefield, maybe to better deal with the. Okay, now Minefield makes more sense. Pretty much always taking 5 off that idiot. Well, I mean, again, I take 5 off of it. But is it worth putting it to 3 for any particular reason? It doesn't protect my armor any better. It doesn't give me any armor outs. It maybe improves a Minefield for next turn. Maybe lets me trade if this survives. I guess there are some reasons to do it. Very, very minimal reasons, but some technical reasons. If I do trade this into that, though, I'm taking an additional 5, so I don't really want to trade it into that. So I guess I could always bulwark first and then use that guy. This is not just on your opponent's turn or anything, so. Okay. This is one of the instances where I think it's worse. It's dealing a little bit of damage to the board, which makes the minefield slightly more impactful, but the 5/4 is still gonna live is the problem. Right, it doesn't change the 5/4, which is what we really cared about. Because there's 6 on board. I took 2 extra basically from a trade.
Maybe. No.
I maybe just go bulwark here. It's just that the minefield's so not tidy, and Barov minefield or Barov shield slam. Well, I wouldn't be able to Barov shield slam next turn because I wouldn't have armor. I hate to kind of not use this when a trampling rhino's in play, but I think it's better just because this is at least a 5-mana play. This is a little bit of a risky 5-mana play technically, but usually it works out okay. If they have like a wound prey, they could still hit me for a 5/4 here, like hero power wound prey or whatever. Oh man, I can actually get away with hero power shield slam minefield now if I want to save the Barov. What good does saving the Barov do though? Since he didn't play anything, Barov is guaranteed to clear now. Does saving the Barov advantage me more, or does saving the shield slam advantage me more? I think saving the shield slam advantages me more, right? Oh, you think save it for Rancor later? That's interesting. That could be important as well.
Maybe. No.
It is true that I'm rarely going to have armor opportunities. Because I'm just going to keep taking chip damage. Okay, I'm actually convinced. Let's hold. This is a little bit, you know, it's kind of a gamble, but it's got more upside, basically. It's got more potential. His hand is very clunky now all of a sudden, though. They just play like a rhino here. What could we get away with? Not much. Noz isn't playable yet. What do I need here, even? Man. If I play a minion, it just opens up the rhino here. Can Barov coerce any future turn?
So many choices.
Am I willing to take 4 just for a better play down the road? Yeah. I'm hoping they just tempo a rhino. I think people don't tempo rhinos enough, but... Oh! Okay, actual ooze payoff. All right. That's not what I anticipated, but I'll take it. I really need armor gain here. I need, like... I don't know. Shield Maiden or something. Crash. Something. I don't know. Having this Noz. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, let's save the coerce, right? Any on play that I care about? Snipe? No on play. There is a potential open the cages if I don't coerce the Warsong Wrangler. But if I go that route, I don't have a way to kill Barov reliably. You could argue, perhaps,
maybe
that a minion trade would enable the Barov clear. How likely is open the cages gonna be? I almost never see anyone pick it, but you have to imagine this would be a decent time to pick it. I'm gonna go ahead and pretend it's not there. It's a risk if we get Huffer. It's not a risk with any other minion. Okay, it's not open the cages, so this was the better call. So now Rhino hits whatever, hits the ooze. We can bear off coerce.
Hungry, aren't ya?
Oh my god, the greed to get the max buffed Rhino. Wow. Unbelievable greed. Filthy, dirty greed. Just the filthiest greed.
Break it, you
Please
bum.
be freezing trap. Pack tactics. There are 9 attack rhinos. I cannot kill them unless I have this, right? I think it's just time to play Noz. The rhino's gonna hit here, so I'll take 4. Oh god, this guy's out too. Oh, not quite yet though. This is so much damage output. I don't know how to beat this. We're leaving 6 up functionally.
Maybe.
Plus another, what, 7 off the trade. That's 13. I'm at 20. That puts me at 7. I don't have any life gain right now. I don't know. This is why Noz is a problem, right? You have to have Noz. Noz has been sitting dead in my hand the whole game. So, yeah. That's not good. Not great. I need Rancor something bad. Like, real bad. Shield Slam ain't a Rancor. Okay, I'm gonna take 5 off that stupid Felmaw, so I can't. It's not even really good enough to bear off Shield Slam. Like, it isn't good enough.
Maybe. No.
It isn't good enough. Yeah, I do think it would have been better to run the armor vendor into a 3/4 in hindsight, so that it wasn't left behind. I mean, we were just trying to test secrets on a value trade, but there's really no reason to value trade.
Maybe.
I could just negative trade that and then
No.
have a better anti-rhino play. I can't. Is there any 2-mana card here that saves me off of Barov Axe? I don't think so, right? I'm just dead to the idiot here is the problem. Right, I'm just dead to this. Always. This hero power dude kills me. I don't have a minion left to play out, so it's just always lethal. Even though we deny the rhino. I think if we hadn't had Nas stuck in hand, if that was a Rancor or just whatever card, whatever. I don't know. Maybe there's time, but it was still, we were on the back foot hard this game. Not even really sure where it went wrong. Maybe the Ash Tongue early was a pain too. I guess it wasn't the best opening hand. Ooze really isn't even that good against Hunter either. I guess we had quite a pile of awkward stuff. If that had instead been... Even the Bulwark wasn't great when we played it. It seemed like everything just kind of was like 1 or 2 cards off. Oh my god, it is all warriors. Everybody's playing warrior. I think we don't want to be playing warrior in that case. It's bad for us. Okay. Because I found out we're not even that good against Rush Warrior, sadly. We can't even beat Rush Warrior reliably. I definitely am not good against the Cthulhu Warriors either. Gonna have to steal another Rattlegore and race them down here? Oh god. Sounds like a hellish experience. If we're gonna keep running into Control Warrior mirrors, we need to greed this deck out.
Armor! Lightly used armor.
We're gonna have to go the greedy direction to play this list reliably, because it's like all Control Warrior right now. Everybody had the same idea I had, like, oh, Priest is gone! Open up the way gates for the Control Warriors! I will need to add Rattlegore and Cthulhu and God knows what else.
Armor!
could maybe even cut OTK. I'm kind of actually thinking to myself right now, like, what matchup is OTK even good against? It helps you beat Priest, I think. It helps you beat Warlock, but now what is OTK good against? I can't think of a single matchup where I feel like OTK is going to have the armor left to win. Maybe that's our problem. I kind of don't really want to draw technically, but I also have the worst cards on Earth, so we'll see. Yeah, I actually think I want to make this deck a little greedier now and less OTK driven, just because of how the meta's moved against away from Priest.
I can take the hit.
Response to a bad matchup or mirror usually isn't to tech out, but to play a deck that beats the matchup. Yeah, but our goal isn't just to play whatever deck is best. Our goal is to play Control Warriors, so we have to work within the confines of this Control Warrior shell if we want to play Control Warrior. God, 8 million armor vendors, bro.
It's hammer time.
He's drawing 2, so even with the Cthulhu, we're not that far behind right now. That's a good draw to give you some tempo play without having to commit the crash into the weapon. Any other way to greed this out other than just Cthulhu? I feel like Cthulhu's really not that helpful though, honestly. Is Rattlegore enough greed? I still want to have good matchups against fast decks too. Is there still a Faceless Manipulator in the meta? That actually sounds really fun. Part of me just wants to play Faceless Manipulator Rattlegore. I don't know. Oh god, I'm doing my thing though where I'm not concentrating on tryharding. Tonight definitely doesn't feel like a super tryhard night though with Nozdormu. The only problem is we're losing ranks at a pretty rapid rate, so we're gonna ruin the tryhard climb in general. I'm gonna have to play off stream and actually grind like Face Hunter or some stupid deck to restore the rank balance. Okay, are they running Rattlegore, we think? I mean, potentially, yeah. Silas looks like it's not going to be a great line this particular matchup. But we can try. They're at 40, we're at 52, but only 22 armor, so short 18 at the moment. Might have to just go stage dive for the baby Kargath in this case. Oh god, what a great play. Oh god. Such an insanely efficient answer to the crush. Boy. Oh boy. I mean, this game's going to the bottom anyway, right? Like, yeah, I don't need to play right now, though. Just chill. They're at 48. I'm at 24. That is a long way to go. I'm just... Oh, not Silas, please. Okay. It's not awesome either, frankly, but it's okay. We can just Blade Storm. It just kind of breaks my Sour Fang. It does mean I don't have to like risk drawing cards off those, so maybe that's that net fatigue advantage again, but not over the moon about that anyway. Okay, actually, yeah, I'm gonna play the Kargath here now that we have the mana to squeeze it in. Let's just get it in there. Present the threat, right? We've kind of been sussing out all their different removal cards here over time. We got Maw, we got Coerce #2, we got Blade Storm still, but it's not that valuable of a thing, so it's fine. I am really light on cards though now that I've lost that Stone Ball. So while we may be protecting our fatigue advantage, we are potentially at risk of losing the board, and losing the ability to net a health advantage for an OTK. So there's still quite a few challenges there to overcome. I have still what 9, 4 is 13 plus 10. I have 23 damage in weapon swings, but they just barely outpace the hero power. I kind of have to stick a minion to. Oh boy, they're gonna have Nozdormu. This is so much greedier than my list. I am so screwed. Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh-oh.
Boys, make some room by the
Hey, Narenko Joe, dude, thanks for the 5 months, man. Best H. Well, thanks, dude. I've always wanted to be the best H. Appreciate you saying that, dude.
Plague lands. Wash your hands.
Thanks. I always dreamed of being the best H, and now I know that it's come true.
It's hammer time.
Bulwark into Flightmaster Dungar. It's 5 turns away. I guess it's fine. I honestly might go face with it. I don't know. Probably not worth in this particular matchup, but I almost need them to have a Rattlegore so that I can steal it. Otherwise, I don't really know how to win. I mean, if this thing gets to like 3 and there's nothing hitting me, I guess I will start hitting face just because it's going to break me anyway, so. Might as well get a few charges out of it. It's gonna hit me now, but maybe I still hit face once. It's still quite a ways off. Okay. I mean, is there ever a world where even if I don't have lethal, I still use combo just to like soften them up so that I have a fatigue race against Cthulhu, you know? Even if it doesn't win. That makes sense? Guess I do this. I'm actually gonna go face with a weapon, right? There's just not that many. It's gonna pop soon and whack me, so. Deny 1 hit here, basically discourage a hit at the very least, and then hit face again. Yeah, only 1 Noz so far. We've held true to the Noz as our duty demands as a streamer, I think.
Hammer time.
Okay. Really don't like taking 11 off this. It's chipping through my armor quite a bit. And he's got the Cthulhu advantage too, so health, like fatigue, I need way more than I currently have. He has played a Kargath over me, so that's net. I can gain 10 maybe off the Kargath. If he drops a Rattlegore, I think that's probably more win condition than our shield slams are. Okay, we'll take the Kargath here. It's obviously going to die, but there's really not a great time to play it ever, I don't think. And maybe he's got like a crash or something that's slightly better, because he could have N'Zoth, although, yeah, I bet he does have N'Zoth, probably. There's quite a few things popping in already that encourage N'Zoth, but not necessarily. Both Scrap Golems and Mutinous have value of their own. Oh man, he's drawing. He's already pushing for his Cthulhu. Okay, I don't think a 2-card fatigue advantage. Oh my god! He's really pushing. A 4-card fatigue advantage might be actually quite meaningful. Let's get our crash, armor, and weapon maybe. Eventually. Huh. I feel like that maybe gives me a window. I was going to say a win, but not a win, certainly. A window. Yeah, this is quite a game. I can't believe he just drew 4 so casually. Because, yes, of course you're pushing towards Cthulhu, but Cthulhu in and of itself is not a way to win this game because I have 81 health, you know? Cthulhu doesn't beat me. Cthulhu's just a third of my health total or whatever at that point, right? Probably use 1 shield slam here, no problem. Is he down to Heart of Cthulhu? Okay. It's not a big deal. If I need to, I can shield slam the Cthulhu to clear it. If he has N'Zoth, we have the roll for that. Wouldn't really want to shield slam Cthulhu, and I think I'd still actually like to save it for a damage swing if I can. Still 47 freaking damage, you know? Well, actually, no, it won't be, because Cthulhu will... If I get it now, I might go, actually. So, because Cthulhu's going to break all my armor, right? So... Do I deal 47 right now? Yeah, right? It's got to be the best play. It's got to be. I don't... Because I'm never going to have the armor. Like, Rattlegore would be the only reason to do it. But I don't think he's running Rattlegore, he's running Cthulhu, right? If he is, yeah, he just wins because he's greedy, you know? Like, good for him, man. Good for him. No, I almost messed this up. Oh, I can't armor up. Oh my god, I almost armored up. Oh god. That would have been bad. Needless to say, that would have been bad. So now he has Cthulhu, but he has a real check on his health and fatigue, particularly because I still have 9 and 6 damage here. And he's starting to take fatigue. So if he plays Cthulhu, I take 26 or something, whatever, I don't know. Bladestorm and Coerce are both really good Cthulhu answers for the 6/6 body, which might be his last, like, real... I don't know why we keep winning these games. The Ashtong there was definitely a big hit, though. A big hit. Why are we beating these greedy Cthulhu warriors? I feel like it's a matchup identification issue. I think it's just... I think our opponents aren't taking very careful consideration of their macro lines, basically. Like for instance, why draw 4 cards there? You know the game is going to terminate and you're having an enormous advantage if we just stay even in fatigue, right? I mean, maybe he thought that wasn't the case and he needed to push the Cthulhu so he didn't take 50 off Silas. I don't know. That's a possibility, I suppose. My thought was, like, he had the more value deck. He was just going to win in fatigue, but I guess he doesn't know my list. I mean, he knows I don't have Cthulhu, though, so fatigue was always naturally his advantage. I don't know. I still don't think our list is built correctly. I actually think we need to cut Silas. I don't think the OTK matters. I know we just use it to win the game, but I think that's pretty rare. I think we should add... either like a N'Zoth package or I don't know, something else. Rattlegore is reasonable. Maybe just N'Zoth is enough value too. Maybe he was scared of Rattlegore, yeah. But drawing cards doesn't help you beat Rattlegore though. You know what I mean? Like, he still wouldn't have beat Rattlegore by drawing more cards. That doesn't help you beat Rattlegore. It just gives you a shorter clock. And Cthulhu wasn't going to win the game. It just dealt 30, and I had 85 or something. I don't know. Seems weird. We can wait no longer. I really want to play Faceless Manipulator and Rattlegore. It's like the old school 3-drop thing with Rattlegore, but it's so greedy. The only thing I like about Faceless is that it does have utility outside of that, right? Like copying a Kresh could be cool, copying an Anchorman, a Kargath. Like there's other plays for the Faceless. So like it's so greedy in a way, but in another way it's not. You can copy your opponent's stuff. But we also have a pretty decent N'Zoth package already like built in thanks to Nozdormu. So it's like if we're gonna run Noz, maybe we should run N'Zoth. Right? Maybe N'Zoth is right. We can add the scrap golems and stuff. So we have Pirate, Beast, Dragon. Maybe Rattlegore is pretty greedy in a N'Zoth world. We had a list like this that was pretty good already. I should probably just go grab it, but I'm lazy. Dungar is also, or not Dungar, Neralax is an option for this to give us a dragon, but I guess we already have Noz, so we're kind of covered on that one. I think probably a second Anchorman is pretty good option. Also like the Scrap Golem, so I wonder if I cut Shield Maidens. Scrap Golems are worse than Shield Maidens for like Shield Slams, but better for N'Zoth. And better against Shaman too, because of the taunt. I think this is still gonna lose though to like Cthulhu Warriors and stuff, because they'll just remove the big boards we build, right? We'll have a little bit more like chip minion damage, but Mutinous, I do like him. He's not great off N'Zoth, I guess technically, but I do sort of like him. You know, in reality, of course, we'd cut Nozdormu for like Ysera or Alex Raza or something. But I think we gotta have it today. I feel like the Corsair cache has been not great. I understand why it's there, but I don't know. Maybe it's still better than Ooze. If we keep seeing Control Warrior though, this is still not a great counter. We just kind of changed the stack, but didn't necessarily make it any better against anything. We just made it more fun, maybe, which is kind of going against the spirit of the try hard, but I don't know. It's Nozdormu day. It's Nozdormu day. Everybody trying to get me to cut Nozdormu. You guys kind of suck. Not to be harsh, I'm just memeing. You don't really suck, but it's Nozdormu day. I'm a streamer. My job is to populate the world with Nozdormu so people can have fun playing Nozdormu. I want to encourage the Noz.
Magni versus Anduin.
What I find weird about current meta is that backstab is in core set, but it doesn't make the cut in standard decks, but does make the cut in wild, so it is good card, but standard rogue took a weird turn.
What did that say? What I find weird about current meta is that backstab is in core set, but it doesn't make cut in standard decks. It does make the cut in wild. Yeah, it is strange. It's also just such a good card. You kind of expect to see it. Okay. Priest. Boy. I don't think we're great against Priest. We cut OTK, so my win conditions against Priest are a little bit stranded. The plan was to not run into any Priest today because they got nerfed. We found Santa Claus, though. He's holding fast to the Priest game plan. Holding fast. Does Nas trigger if you have it in opening hand? Yeah. He doesn't have any condition of... Oh, just because it says Dex. Start a game, though, is its own... It's pre-hand phase. That's why, like, odd and even things, even if you have a, whatever, even card in hand, it's not in deck, it'll still technically, I think, mess up the odd and even, won't it? Pre-mulligan, basically. So the deck is not checked post-mulligan, it's pre-mulligan. Okay, one way for us to win this game is definitely just, like, pressuring. So we can go, like, coin 5-drop, 5-drop, 5-drop. Right, just check the removal, basically, into a good N'Zoth. Find some damage off Outrider's axes, etc. It's a pretty high damage output weapon, really. It's like it does as much damage as an Arcanite Reaper, which is crazy. You know, it's 9 instead of 10, but takes an extra turn, of course, but it also has the card draw upside. It's just such a crazy card. Every time I think about Outrider's Axe, it's just so strong. It's so strong. Was good. Yeah, man, I don't need to see it. You're all good, dude. They just get added to a list. Don't worry. Good minefield. So this is more of a rally priest, I'm thinking, so this one's gonna be more about actually just hanging in here until they kind of maybe gas out, or they're not gonna have like infinite value so much. They can make a lot of value, but it's more like in big bursts of value, if that makes sense. And then they maybe have a few dead turns or something. kind of get stuck for a bit. So it's just going to be about keeping up with that initial burst, which is tough. We don't have Brawls in hand. We don't have Barov in hand. We don't have Coerce in hand. We don't have Bladestorm in hand. So we're actually in a pretty bad spot to do that, frankly. It's not great. Like, imagine how good a Bladestorm would be here. It's just insane. Instead, I have kind of nothing to do. I think I need to draw like a Brawl. Another Ranker's really not great either. Ugh, man, we're gonna lose here. They're just gonna get a big old fat board and whack me. I need a Brawl. It's just such a good recovery tool, right? I'd still take a Bladestorm too. We could Ranker afterwards or something to finish off the remaining minion. A Coerce would be great. There's so many good plays in my deck, but not in my hand. We have this really minion-driven hand right now that is just not it. Oh boy. I could try to get away with a Brawl. If the 3-5 wins, I'm over the moon. If the 8-14 wins, I lose the game. Can probably wait one more turn here. See if I can greet it. The only problem is...
So many choices.
If he like buffs this a bunch and it becomes big and then it wins the Brawl, or like, you know, in either case, maybe there's a terrible minion wins the Brawl. I'm a little bit at risk, but even just buying myself a turn's a pretty big deal because I could find a Barov, I could find a Coerce, I could find a Bulwark, which would really stall them out. And if things get really hairy or if they overcommit, the Brawl can still hopefully keep me in the game here. It's not like this is representing some sort of lethal damage or anything, so I have a maybe brief moment to stabilize here. So we'll try to do exactly that. Stabilize. Have I seen any Gibberlings? No, we did play a Token Druid, but no Gibberlings. Oh boy, big heal on that guy. Good God. Scary stuff. Everything's free. It's just all free. Okay, taking 11. I don't love that. That guy's healing a ton too. Where is Barov? Another Brawl. God, if that wins, I'm so screwed. This is what I was talking about, right? Like, the Minefield's now not a threat to this. It doesn't really matter so much. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. I have so many good cards in my deck to answer this stuff, and none of them in hand. Just none. God. Honestly, like, my whole deck is designed to beat this garbage. And I don't have a single card ready to do it. It's just bonkers. All right, let's just try to stall this out again until I find another good card, right? It's just so nuts, man. This might interrupt enough, and, you know, I'm probably not dead even if they, like, clear the taunt with something else. Probably okay. Solmir's not that great, really. Unless they have a AoE or Condemn or something. Oh, Samuro certainly helps. Yeah, that's not bad. This does make my Brawl much better, though. The second Brawl. Also makes Ranker kind of intriguing. If I had Coerce... Oh my God, we'd be in business. I could just Ranker Coerce. Or Bladestorm. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ranker Bladestorm's basically game-winning, I think. I mean, we're not totally out of the woods, of course, but in a much happier spot. Animation, dude. So we finally hit a good card for this matchup, and look what happens, right? We suddenly are back at 19, stabilized. N'Zoth is actually okay-ish already. We've got an Anchorman and a Scrap Golem. We don't have, you know, the Kresh, which would be nice. About to get a Noz too, which is pretty cool. Now that we've stabilized and we're back ahead, I think this should be pretty straightforward from here, but you never know. A rally into some kind of crazy pop-off or something. Always a possibility. Hey, Corson BG, what's up, man? Oh boy. Wow, really? That's it, huh?
wretched story. Because smash to the potion.
Alright, we're gonna start whacking face in this game. $14, $17. If they manage to clear this, N'Zoth or whatever, I mean, they're playing for rally, right? They just threw that out to die, so we expect a rally here. Then they do something with the Sethic. I'm surprised nothing happened with the Sethic last turn, though, because you still want, like, you know, to maximize your mana usage, and they just didn't play anything. So they must not have any targeted spells in hand. They need, like, Shadow or Death, and then, like, Rally, Death, and then, like, start trying to build a board out from there. Create some crazy chain with the Nesmani discounts and stuff, but I don't know if they have that. They do have a 0 mana Rally, so that's a good start. Oh, and they even got the 1-drop off of me. That's cool. Fortitude is pretty good start, really. Sure, Flash Heal. Cycle that. Get some discounts. Is that other stuff in hand going to help open up the chain is the question. It didn't seem that it did, so that might be a problem for them. Plus Nas now just cleans this out. Since we, man, do I just play N'Zoth? Like, there's some risk that they stabilize the board again. Probably should have drawn first. I could have maybe coerced that thing. Would have had to commit another card, so I don't know. Shield Slam too. I like using the resources on board while we have them, just because then I have more resources. These might be gone later, they might get removed, and then I'm basically short a removal. But I'm also on this kind of face race too, so there is some logic also to like preserving the minions to pressure face. So it's debatable whether you want to just like exhaust this game out, basically, just, you know, win through attrition or win through counter pressure. If you know, use a coerce to clear a minion and you hit face, you try to win through counter pressure. If you use your minions to maximize value, you kind of try to win through attrition, right? I don't know what's the better plan, I guess. It is hard to beat Priest through attrition sometimes, but this deck can definitely run out of juice on occasion. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep doing our thing. I drew last again because I'm an idiot, but it doesn't matter. We're all good. We are behind in fatigue, so that's a bit of a challenge. If if they randomly generate a Soul Mirror into my N'Zoth or something, that could also be a little bit of a challenge, but if they don't draw many more cards, we'll probably just, stabilize the board and go from there. I hope that they don't get more Sethics. Yeah, Sethics are the bad ones. Don't silence. Okay. Holy Smites. We need the Sethics to not pop off. Nesmanis, I just don't care about, right? They have plenty of mana to play all the stuff they need anyway, so they don't really matter. It's the Sethics that are spooky. I think this is just Shield Slam N'Zoth. N'Zoth has a pirate, so... But I don't get greedy, right? I just take the 3 minions, like... Let's see if they, can beat this. Basically, do they have Soul Mirror or not? Which hero is my favorite on Hearthstone? Warrior, I think. I like Control Warrior a lot. I love armor. I love, like, big, long defensive games. So Warrior definitely solves that fantasy. And Magni's probably my favorite of the Warrior portraits still to this day. I like the more kind of epic, heroic characters than the more, like, evil, whatever, old god N'Zoth-inspired Garrosh or whatever when he's been corrupted. That sort of thing. It's not as fun to me. Ah! Funny. Why wasn't that in your deck, sir? So we have 16, 21, 24? Which is sadly not lethal, right? Don't need to do anything else though. They can't even heal now, so this weapon presents a lethal threat. Okay, we are still managing to win with this weird, wacky warrior stuff we're playing. We're actually now going to be 4-3 on the night, so somehow we've had a net gain despite the weird, crazy shenanigans of the evening. I guess this isn't over yet, technically. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. We all know Priest can break the game, so... I'll suddenly find a way to answer all this stuff. Shadow or Death here, and then God knows what else. Oh, that's, see, like 2-mana renew there is such a big deal because it leaves them less to work with for the next card. It's such a big difference. They need an ice block though. I don't think they're gonna find that. We've only gotten one Noz game. I've played, I guess I said we're 4-3s. We played 7 Noz games tonight. Only one was actually Noz. I gotta go take a pee break, guys. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. We'll play more. Then we gotta keep an eye out for this card reveal that's supposed to happen this evening. So give me just a second. Okay. All right, folks, we're back. Sorry it took a little longer. I had to go see Mrs. Gilbin. Quick detour. Oh. Oh. Nozdormu, come on, baby. Let's do this, Noz. Let's do this, Noz. Okay. Noz. It's like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Nozdormu, the Nozdormu guy. Great name. Okay, that's a good opener against Hunter. Okay. Who is Mrs. Kilbin's favorite hero? She's never played the game. She used to always meme about Ragnaros. Because when I first started playing, I would be like, you know, whatever, rank 20 or something, rank 15, like the first month I played. And anytime somebody played like Ragnaros against me, a big legendary or Jiraxis or something, I'd go, Ragnaros, why does he have Ragnaros? Why is he ranked 20 with Ragnaros? You know, I'd get frustrated because it's like, oh man, they have good cards. They should be a higher rank. So she'd always make fun of me and go, Ragnaros! Because I just scream about Ragnaros. It's probably literally the only character she knows in all of Hearthstone is Ragnaros. She's like, I want to quit my job and edit videos for you. And I was like, well, you got to learn to play the game and you got to learn to edit videos. Are you up for that? She's like, never mind. Scratch that plan, I guess. Oh, that taunt roll is so good right here. It's so good because I can't cleanly trade into the initiate now. That's a game-winning taunt roll. I guess technically if it were the charge, they could have also traded, but then it'd be dead, right? If it were the buff, I would have taken one, but I wouldn't have been able to clear the initiate. That would have been fine. Boy. This is like the worst bulwark I've ever played. I think maybe I hit the 2/2 to clear it. It eats 2 charges is the problem. Maybe I just armor up. I'm so far behind now, though. So behind. Huge value trades. That still means Kargath can't get through cleanly. I think I gotta open up the Kargath. This is as bad as this feels. As miserable as it is, I think Kargath needs to be able to hit, so. Basically, this only saves me another 2. They hit for 3, plus at least hero power is 5. Functionally a 28. But I open up these guys. Sourfang is decent already with Stonemaul, but I would love to freaking see a Crash on curve. Both because of the armor and to open up the Sourfang. Although it almost never dies by then, so it would probably still be in a wee bit of trouble. Do we like Minefield better? They play the 3/4 on 4. Maybe they play a dude on 4 already. Minefield clears these 3 usually. I armor up. I save 5 life. I go here. I save 3 life. I have a slightly better Minefield maybe next turn, but I'm probably playing the Anchorman next turn. This saves 3. This saves 5. but I retain a minefield to react perhaps to a rhino. I think I get the Kargath down. It's debatable. It's not insignificant to net the 2, but I think a 1-1 probably cleans up anyways. It's like 4 versus 5, and then you feel a little bit better, right? Then you're a tad bit happier with this line. You lose a hero power, which sucks, but you put a Kargath in deck, which definitely doesn't feel too bad. Rancor, though, feels worse now. So he's got a 7/6 Rhino. That's going to trade into this Stone Maul. It's going to go down to 2, which makes the Rancor clear it just fine. So, yes, I take, 5 off the Rhino, but I clear... He's got 2 Rhinos in hand, I guess. Okay. Crazy. So, if he buffs this, it's more problematic. Wow. Okay. That's kind of a jerk move. I guess the minefield almost cleans up better now, though, really. Oh, not quite, though. He's got the 1/1/2, huh? I can just Rancor minefield. It just feels a lot worse. I mean, it's worth. I'm doing it, but it feels worse. We might be able to eat his Trampling Rhino if he doesn't play it here. Sometimes you don't want to just, like, tempo the Rhino, you know? Sourfang will not clear the Rhino, unfortunately.
The moment
So, because it would deal 1, and then I'd have the 4 attack Stone Maul would only deal 5, but it's been buffed to 6, so it's not quite good enough. So he does have that Beast in hand, so if he plays that little guy, Mutinous might be a 50-50. Or worse, right? I mean, we don't know. There's not that many minions in this list, and he might play them all this turn if he's not tempoing a Rhino, right? Just gonna hold the 1/1, really? Oh no, he plays it. Okay, so this is a very high likelihood to be the Rhino. I totally go for it, right? It's gotta be worth it. It's gotta be worth it. I'm not gonna die even if it's not the Rhino. If it is the Rhino, it's just enormous, right? Both literally and figuratively enormous. Okay. Mutinous coming in clutch. Now we've got like Scrap Golem, Armor Vendor, Hero Power to just like completely stabilize health. And we know their biggest threat's gone. So now it's all about like over the top damage, like piercing shots and stuff, which usually aren't too bad. So I feel pretty good.
Victory.
That's a piercing shot. Yeah. That's funny. Good play. I think it's smart. You may not get a better minion for that later, right? So you probably got to take it while it's there. Okay. Hopefully this is enough to get us by. I mean, there's some risk of the Scrap Golem like not really dying, so there's some maybe logic of going face just to encourage its death. But if it doesn't die, that just means like they're relying entirely on minion damage at this point and hero powers. Hero power we outpace naturally, so that's not a problem. They'd have to find 13 off of spells specifically, which again isn't impossible. There's quick shots and arcane shots and piercing shots and kill commands. No, no kill commands. Reveal start on the 20th. Well, they were supposed to, but they've added
Hungry, aren't ya?
they've added a reveal to the calendar for tonight, 20 minutes from now. So I don't know if that's legit or not, but it's there. Sorry, guys. 1 second. I got an important thing to look at real quick here. Okay. Yeah, actually winning quite a bit tonight, man. I love it. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. Off to a kind of weird start, but then we flipped it. It's on the Coin Concede podcast at 8:30 Eastern. Yeah, that's what they say. I mean, did they have like they tweeted or anything that's legit? I mean, it's not like a mistake or anything, or like a weird time bug or anything like that. I mean, I guess we'll find out. Oh, they're interviewing Ben Lee and revealing a new Stormwind card. Okay, I think it is legit. All right, sweet, good stuff. This is a really hard matchup for us, I think. Ranker's not necessarily great. Maybe like renowned performers only or something. Oh, it says the card reveal. Okay, so it says the card reveal is not going to be right away. It's going to be about 40 minutes into the podcast. So, okay. So it may not be right at 7:30. You may have to watch the podcast first, which is totally reasonable. I don't mind them getting some eyeballs. In which case, that's kind of perfect for me, because otherwise I was going to have to like maybe end the stream early to go review the card, but now it sounds like maybe I can just hop off naturally and go review the card when it gets revealed. But we'll keep an eye out. I'm not gonna watch their podcast on stream, like restream it. I don't know they'd like that. I think they'd rather you just go watch it on their channel or whatever, so they get more views or ad revenue or whatever it is. I mean, this is a scary ranker, but is it right? I think there's a decent chance that one of these whiffs, honestly. I don't know. I'm going to do it. I have the Kargath next turn anyway on curve, so I'm going to try it. After playing this deck, I know how sometimes those just aren't that consistent, and indeed pays off. I think we're really happy about that, because Kargath hits that thing perfectly anyway. They might have a 4-drop like Renowned Performer here to fill in the curve, but that was one of those where I've played this deck enough to know that it's just sometimes a little wacky, so just push for it. Sometimes you don't want to, depending on the kind of deck you are. I think if you're another aggro deck, you probably don't make that play right. You probably just make them trade it in and stuff and try to race. But when we're playing from behind like this, I think this is a little bit better. Okay, they're running I-Beam. The list I was playing, we didn't have an I-Beam. I don't know what that means, but just breaking it down. Might have more of a dedicated OTK hybrid package as opposed to the sort of just Il'gynoth and Go package that we were utilizing. Let's go ahead and draw over the Scrap Golem at the moment. Scrap Golem is probably a little bit better to disrupt a board that's like more awkward for us. And I need more choices, I think. So big threats here are probably N'Zoth, Deathspeaker Blackthorn, Illidari Inquisitor. A few things we're gonna have to like work through. So we need like brawls and things to make sure we can work through those successfully. Guess I'm playing this now for lack of anything more interesting to do. It's not perfect, but hey, why not? Beautiful Demon Hunter skin. That's the 1,000 wins skin. You gotta have 1,000 victories with Demon Hunter. It is quite a mountain to climb, honestly. It's a lot of wins. Oh, wish I had the ranker now. My God. I guess it's not great because my dude dies, but it's not bad either. Can I get away without a brawl here? Brawl is probably not amazing because, you know, there's potentially 2 to 3 minions clinging on board afterwards. Sort of don't hate like a Coerce. If I could just play, say, like Minefield Coerce. Minefield, we would hope, clears up like the performers. Maybe I even net like a free trade. I guess if this goes super south, I'm not a happy camper. Like if my dude dies, but it's so unlikely my dude dies because he's a 1 in 6. Right? He should take on average less than 1 damage. Indeed, he survives. This didn't survive, but maybe that's okay because we can just whack it. I'm kind of hoping they both died, right? But it's okay. In case that's poisonous. Yeah, okay, I made a good call. Wow. That was a last second call there that paid off big time. If that was poisonous, right? That died to any of the trades, so I figured if it's poisonous, I don't want this guy hitting, so. Good last second pivot there. Saved me big time, I'd say. Big time save. I beam again, okay. Yeah, I wish this crash was more easily taking damage here. I think we'll just go Scrap Golem Coerce again. It's a lot of damage incoming though, so I'm a little nervous. Shield slams have been stuck. It's like, if he has Illidari, I really need to use the Coerce against the Illidari, right? Maybe I can get away with a Bulwark here. It also potentially sets up for the Shield Slam because this will die and then I'll have like 4 armor to Shield Slam. Or maybe 6, of course. Okay. That's good news. So we negate all 4 of these hits. I can Shield Slam the Illidari and the Blackthorn, I guess. Save the Coerce for later. If he goes for the Zoth, I do have the Brawl still. Okay. I do wish I had a Ranker play that was more interesting. Could have maybe tried to set one up with these Shield Slams and stuff, but that seems a little too sneaky. Do hate how this turn is finishing, though. No, let's wait. 7 on board, 8. If he plays an Illidari, am I dead? Pretty much. Not really, technically, but... 1 off. Oh, God. Glide? Oh, no. That's not exciting. Armor Vendors are good, though. Crash is fine again. Okay, Nozdormu again. Really? I couldn't even dump the Noz, like the one card I needed to get rid of. I don't get like a Kargath back. I get a Noz again. Great. Freaking great, dude. I think I tried a Mutinous, right? I think there's a good chance it's Illidari or N'Zoth or something. Just try to get away with Mutinous Armor Vendor hero power. Probably dead in that case to Illidari, but maybe I eat an Illidari, right? I can't activate the Crash immediately anyway, so this might just remove more threats. Death's Head Cultist. That ain't that great, man. If it absorbed its effect, it would be awesome. If it had Taunt and Heal 4, I'd be over the moon, but sadly not that great. What did we miss out on, I wonder? What is this card? If it's a minion, that is. What was our 50? Oh, God! Oh, we had a 50-50 to eat the N'Zoth! And now I'm dead. Oh, my God. Can you imagine how much he just crapped his pants? He just crapped his pants when I played that Mutinous. Ah. What an insane 50-50, dude. Oh, my God. We win that game easy. We eat his N'Zoth. Easy win. Crap. That guy is barely alive, by the way. Oh, man.
Versus Rexar.
Let us see who can withstand the fires.
For Cosmodon.
Cosmodon. Okay, Hunter, huh? Yeah, Scrap Golem's okay. Not great, but we need early game, I think. Armor Vendors are great. Mutinous, probably not so great. We did eat that Trampling Rhino. Oh, I love that portrait so much. It's like one of my favorite Hunter portraits. It looks so good. Hindsight is 2020? What do you mean? I mean, I understand what the phrase means, but I don't feel like there was a hindsight is 2020 moment there. I think playing the Mutinous was still the right play. What would we have changed in hindsight?
Armor.
Downtown, where all the lights are bright. Downtown. What was my debut rank? 2150 or something? Hindsight is 50-50. That's funny. 2150, I think, something like that. Which we've actually had a very net positive win rate since then. Since we debuted, it's just that I'm losing ranks offline like crazy. I didn't play yesterday at all. I lost like 400 or 500 ranks or something. I think we hit legend on the 9th. Trying to filter by custom date ranges here. Sorry. Today's the 15th. Yeah, we've had a 64% win rate since legend. That's a net of 17 positive games. We're 39 and 22. So, you know, theoretically we should be up, even if you gain 50 MMR per win, let's say, which sometimes has been higher, occasionally been a little lower. That would be, what did I say, 17 games times 50? So basically 850 ranks or something. So we should, you know, if we weren't losing offline, I guess that would put us at, you know, 1300 or something, but we are, right? We're losing offline, so it doesn't matter. It's sort of a silly exercise, but if you just imagine if our rank froze every time I stopped streaming, right? We'd be at 1300, but it doesn't. It continues to decay. This guy's the streamer you watch? Oh, really? Downtown? That's cool. Shout out Downtown. Ooh. Oh god, don't trade. Just don't trade. Oh yeah, trade like that. That's even better. Yes. Well, yeah. It's fine. Just don't kill it off. Leave it up for some reason. Just value trade. I am leaving up the coal card, but it's got to be worth it for 8 armor, right? I mean, I guess you could technically Kargath first and then try to play it that way, but then you risk them just trading all the small guys in and you're not getting the rankers. So I think we got to take the 8.
Now
I think we're all right.
has grown tired
I think I'm a happy camper.
Stormwind arrives with new adventures.
Okay, if they're gonna play Rhino next turn, we can actually just Kargath the 3/4. The Kolkar is not actually as threatening, and in fact, the Kolkar might even, in some weird ways, help me because it makes brawls better, and it makes rankers better. That said, we can get away with a coerce on this Rhino if we need to. It's no problem. Coerce hero power. I don't think we want to scrap Golem yet. I don't think we want to bear off yet. Just coerce. 36 is a pretty good number still to be at. I mean, still a lot in hand though, so we're not out of the woods by any means, I don't think. But I love Golem hero power. Does he have the other Rhino is a question. How much board does he build out here? Is it worth a brawl? Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty terrifying. I would say this is an intriguing brawl. Maybe not a great brawl, but an intriguing brawl. I think I get away with a scrap golem. Let him commit more stuff. And then depending on how terrifying the result is, we could even bear off brawl and guarantee a clear. I don't know if I'll need to necessarily, right? We might just be able to get away with a brawl if I'm not like worried about a Moonfang living or something. I don't know, right? Oh god. Okay, it's definitely gonna be bear off brawl, I think, because I can't let either Moonfang or that live. There's not enough 1/1s basically here, right? Huh, interesting. I would have hit the minion, I think, still, right? I guess it doesn't matter. Never mind, it doesn't matter. The rush minion makes sense because you're maximizing immediate damage, but... Oh, God, okay. Yeah, this should be fine.
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
All right. This is a great recovery. Great recovery. All good. Barov actually won the brawl. Okay, that's fantastic. That's just another way to clear a board, maybe. Like, get a nice little AoE bonus here. I'm cool with it. But we got through both Rhinos and a Moonfang, and we're still at 23. I think that's got to be something we're happy about. I do need him to play minion, though. Please play minion. This looks like a explosive trap. Indeed it is. Okay. I saw you speed through Diamond 5 to Legend this month. It seemed to take forever. Any recommendations? I mean, I'd have to recommend the deck we played, the Death Rattle Demon Hunter. Elemental Shaman's good. Face Hunter's good. A lot of great options. Oh my god, David Hasselhoff, I didn't even see the 47-month sub. Oh my god. I'm not hearing subs. Are they working? Oh my god, I missed another donation from Lipton Iced Tea again. Oh my god. Is Lipton still here? I missed his first one and then I missed the second one. Oh my god. Lipton. I'm so sorry, Lipton. He's still here. Lipton, I missed your $5 earlier. You say, I also agree with the guy who said I'm a great YouTuber. Well, that's too kind. And David, thanks for the 47 months. And Zuber Goober with 2 months. Lipton Iced Tea is getting some great free advertising off this, by the way. I am not unaware of that. Yeah, Kargath is a little risky, actually, because of freezing trap. Let's go ahead and just stone maul and see what happens. I'm just going to minefield to clean it up. Okay, yeah. Good call. Even if it hit, I was still going to minefield probably to clean it up. Just sacrifice the stone maul. But I needed to protect the Kargath Prime against the freezing trap, basically. So I didn't commit my entire turn and leave the board exposed. Now he should be out of secrets because Rinlings is done, and then Kargath gets to attack freely.
Let me work my magic.
Okay. One last big hurrah here. It's actually a pretty intimidating board. I wouldn't mind a board clear here as opposed to the Kargath, honestly. Man, what a board he built out. Jeez. I need a brawl, dude. Kargath leaves a lot of damage in play. This is sort of terrifying. The one good thing, I guess, is if he can't kill me, he might have to clear the Kargath and trade down, right? But he might have like a piercing shot to make that fairly easy. So that's not even necessarily that good. Oh my god, is Alexstrasza lethal here? 6, 9. Oh, he's got to trade at least a little, but that's free. What did I say? 9, 11, 13, 15, 23. We're at 29, so this should be fine. Oh, just Alex on the Kargath is awesome. Oh my god. Wow. I'm dead if I don't find Brawl. This is insane. I never dreamed.
Hammer time.
I never dreamed. Oh my god, the one card I don't actually need. Cool. Hi, Dad. 1, 2, 3. No, not technically, Dad. A piercing shot, I think, is lethal. He's got 11. Oh no, I'm dead. 14. I'm super dead. Oh no, I have 5 hits. Still dead, I think. I'm still dead, right? That's, yeah, 9 and 8, 17. Yeah. Oh no, it's still 13. No, it's 14 exactly. I'm dead at exactly 14. Unbelievable. What a win from this guy. I'm not even mad. Again, though, look. Do you see why? Look at this yet again. Our champion here. Nozdormu. Oh my god, Mama Papa Regis saying hello to David Hasselhoff. Wow, what year is it? I don't know if he's still here. I missed your rhyme. Oh, let's read it. Now that the Barons has grown tired and old, Stormwind arrives with new adventures untold. Wow. That was a good rhyme. That was a good rhyme. And he's still here for Mama and Papa Regis. What do you know?
Magni versus.
Man, how do I win that game? I guess just not have Nozdormu, right? Is the win. Maybe any other card. Mutinous 2 stranded.
Modern.
Completely dead hand. Trying to think about what the opportunity was. Them not hitting Alex off of resizing pouch would have been pretty baller too, but that seems to happen pretty consistently. Against Warrior, I could maybe greed this, but if it's Rush Warrior, that's going to be pretty punishing. You've seen 2 Nazes in 25 matches. Yeah, I think we're at like 9 matches tonight and have seen 1. Actually, 10 matches in, we've seen 1. Yeah. It's a little later in the day, so maybe people gave up on the quest already, but
too much.
Sad stuff, man. Hey, David Hasselhoff dropping the greetings right back. Wow. It's like it's 2017 all over again. I've flown to the past. Wonderful. Du-du-du-du.
For my master!
You know, we did use that Brawl and Barov like pretty casually in that last game. It felt like that was going to be their last significant board, so at the time it seemed okay. In hindsight, I guess I wonder if there was maybe an opportunity to hold that longer, but it sure seemed fine. I don't know. Would almost be kind of cool to farm this into a ranker, but I just don't have that many ways to farm it. Is this... I could have shield slammed that to set up a Blade Storm. I mean, I obviously didn't know there was going to be a freaking second one, but... Is double Minefield worth? I mean, these aren't really important to me, right? Like, they don't matter. I'm only taking 2 per turn on the board naturally, so do I just try to greed into a Brawl later? Do I, like I said, look for a ranker maybe and go like Barov ranker sort of thing to farm a ton of armor? I feel like we can wait. I don't think there's any urgency here. Those are scarier in theory than in practice. It's just not hitting me. I love his hero portrait, by the way. It's so good.
Nozdormu is
so
like
good.
Draco dead, but a star in our hearts.
Wow, dude. Fantastic Dragonheart reference. That's the name of that movie, right? It's such a good movie. As a kid, that was like my favorite movie. I love that movie so much. Beyond reason. It was like perfect for me. Yeah, see you, David Elslook, man. Have a good one. As always, thanks for stopping by. Two Nas in 25 matches. That's so bonkers. Again, I'm like, am I just gonna hold again? I kind of need to play a card so that I don't burn, but... Am I gonna have just ultimate patience here? Maybe I coin a hero power just to not burn a card. Armor Vendor gives them 2 2/2s. That's probably not worth. Just yet, anyway. So we want to manipulate that to our favor, perhaps. All right. I don't know if this ultimate patience game plan is going to pay off or not, but we're in it, so. We're in it. I could even, like, just get away with a Blade Storm, too, right? Just summon a bunch of 2/2s and Blade Storm. You leave behind these idiots, but there again, who cares? I mean, I'm just going to Hero Power Pass all day if he never develops. I'm chill, dude. Maybe even Shield Slam the 2/2. Again, just for hand size constraints. Do we take the Blade Storm now, or do we just chill again? It's like, do I want to farm Barov Ranker? Do I need that to win this game? Or do I just need more value off Blade Storm? Because these are just not threatening. I think I just wait. This is really testing my patience. I think it's important, but we're going to find out if that's a good line or not. Are we going to regret this later? There are some pretty scary things starting to happening around turn 8, right? We've got dudes. Well, I need to coerce. But I don't really want to combo anything.
So many choices.
Would I rather coerce a Troublemaker? Troublemaker comes down next turn. I can probably get away with a Brawl, like Armor Vendor Brawl. There'll be a bunch of 2/2s on board. Do I just tank 5 here and coerce? Could throw away a Minefield as well, kind of freely, and save some health that way. Maybe, I guess, even draw off of one of the 3/4s. That's probably better. This is, I think, probably a much safer decision, huh? Much cleaner. You lose a little bit of that Rancor potential we talked about, but play for now, I guess, a little bit. Still quite nice. Okay, so if he goes Troublemaker, I don't have that anymore, but we could just go like Barov, Blade Storm, Barov, Minefield. Even, I think, is good enough. Save the Blade Storm for later. Oh, I guess this is gonna give them a 2/2. Does that matter to me at all? Maybe I go Brawl. The problem is if the Troublemaker wins, I have to commit a Blade Storm anyway. If I play Vendor, I can't Blade Storm. I could actually still get away with a Minefield attack on the Troublemaker if it wins the Brawl. That 1 in 5 out where I have to take 6 extra. Am I able or willing to take 6 extra? Oh, it's actually 1 in 6 because I'm summoning a 2/2.
So many
I think I am willing to take that risk, yeah.
Armor. Lightly used
I don't love losing health, but I don't hate it necessarily against Rush Warrior. Their boards aren't like burst damaging usually. It's more kind of slow and steady. You kind of know when it's coming, I guess, usually, I mean. Okay. So, yeah, we're here. We're doing the thing. Last time we lost this, we were playing the slightly different version of the list that like didn't have the N'Zoth and stuff. It didn't have quite as much. Finally get the ranker, huh? All this time later. Love to get one of these 7 drops in, man.
Maybe.
I think we just tempo an Anchorman, maybe, though. I like button. Let's just bulwark. It's kind of scary to bulwark without knowing what's going to be on board, because it might just be a bunch of 1/1 Dark Moon Riders or something. But we have the ranker to, like, tidy that stuff out, so should be okay. Start protecting this armor a little, in case I get a shield slam. It's going to be my logic anyway. You gonna cry? Sean Connery was great. Oh, yeah. Excellent voice actor for the dragon, yeah. Perfect dragon voice. Honestly, yeah. Like, ultimate dragon voice. I don't think it could get any better. Okay. That guy's annoying. I don't really have to deal with it at the moment. I could just, like, tempo a Noz here. Or probably tempo Mutinous is fine, too, really. Yeah, let's just tempo Mutinous. See what we eat. There's really no way to know, but everything's conditioned at least, so it's like gonna be sort of stat heavy, you know. It's gonna be meaty in some way or another. Oh, I think we gotta be happy about that roll. I think we gotta be happy about that one. I like a big, small Kargath. That's fine. I don't have to wait for the big, big Kargath. Quite a bit of reactivity, which is cool. Okay, so our N'Zoth, we have nothing, basically. We finally have the Mutinous, so he's something. No Scrap Golems, no Stonewall Anchormans, no Crash, no Nods. So we're still a ways off. It's a good ranker hit, maybe. Is he face tanking this and trading, or just leaving it up, I wonder? Yeah, the Mutant is eating even an additional minion pre-dude's pretty cool. Wow, that's a good ranker hit too. I can go Kargath trade here and just ranker out all of these. It's pretty sweet. I don't think ranker's getting better than that, is it? Math is just so tidy, dude. You don't see math like that every day. What is this, a math class? Okay, I got problems. Hey guys, let me know if that card reveal happens, man. I think the Coin Concede podcast is up, happening. I don't know what they're talking about. I'd like to hear what Ben Lee has to
there's
say.
a place for everything in Hearthstone, and
Yeah, they're talking about it right now. Ben Lee has that beautifully scuffed green screen, which I love. It's like my favorite. I'm not being sarcastic. I think it's always charming and just real life. The Zoom era. Okay. Yeah, another good win. They're coming slow and steady, but they're coming. This will probably be my last game, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and Gonna go ahead and get ready for that card reveal so I can do a card review real quick. So probably be the last game. We'll close out the stream for tonight, and then I'll go do a card reveal. Once that gets revealed, go from there. Yeah. Maybe a little slow, arguably, but I think it'd be fine against Paladin. Trying to think if Outriders Axe actually has any good interactions in Paladin. A lot of 3-4 stuff. I don't know. Paladin's... I don't even know what Paladin's doing anymore, really, in this era. I love this portrait, though. It's so sick.
May the light
Looks a little hot, but...
grant you peace.
Link to podcast. Sure. Making me do the work, huh? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if these shield slams are like something we should hold on to, but seem a little premature at the moment. Outriders looks good. Get this rolling. His hand is like beautifully symmetric on this side. As soon as I play these two cards, it's gonna look great. It's a great axe target. So pumped. I mean, we might have an interruption, of course. Might have an avenge. All sorts of things go wrong, but all good. Low damage output, right? So we have time. That's the good news. I think when we get time in this deck, we're heavily favored.
I'm going to throw the book.
Haldor is kind of a pain. I guess we'll go ahead and stone maul it and clear it out. Oh, that makes the stone maul so much worse. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow. Stone maul is just so bad against a 5/7. Yeah, we'll just grab Golem. It's fine. Would like to retain a little armor here to have some shield slam flexibility. The Bulwark does often open up the shield slams a little bit because you get a turn or two to accrue armor safely. But I have this weapon up, so I don't really want a Bulwark yet. So maybe this trade happens. I just hit here. Stone Maul's now got poisonous to deal with, so I don't know. This 1/1, if it trades in, maybe Blade Storms get opened up.
Reporting for duty.
A Ranker? Not exactly great. Shield slams. I don't know. I just kind of want to see what happens on these secrets. Yeah, okay. Do we do it again or not? Or do we hold it? Let's see what we get. Snap freeze. Oh, wow. Yeah, probably not the one we're looking for.
It's hammer time.
Breaking story.
Not great, right? But if it goes 2 for 1, even it's fine. We drew the card. We killed 2 minions. I think I'm not unhappy there. Mutinous, probably not great unless I can hit exactly a Lady Liadrin. I don't know how many things I care about with Mutinous. He may have some other package. I think we're going to have trouble winning this, though, honestly. I think Liadrin's too good. Libram of Justice kind of challenges my ability to build out big boards. Not always, just I may not have the like follow-up for it, but it's a threat, right? He's had a card in hand since turn 2. Could that be the Liadrin? Could be a Libram of Hope. That could be a dragon for this Mutinous. The thing is, I'm just going to play this because it's on curve right now. I don't know what else to do. This doesn't change anything, right? No. Can just clear this freely, I think. So, I don't know. Dragon, Liadrin's like game winning maybe if I get it. Summero's not game winning, but it's fine. I don't love him having a Summero, but it's not that threatening to me. All right. 5/10 seems not great, though. What's it doing? It's got a lot of health, sure. Oh my god, it's just gonna eat pins all day. Just a pin eater. I would have preferred to get that Emerald Drake over the Samuro, I think, just because. I don't know. Does this deck? I guess they have Librams to buff the Samuro, but is there? Oh well, Hand of It All too. Okay, that might have actually threatened my boards then. Maybe that's not so bad. We can coerce this, but we just need to test Omayog first, or really not even test, because we're gonna be like 90% sure that it's Omayog. So let's just go ahead and get that done, then we'll coerce. Ooh. Oh, that's fancy. I like it. Oh, this is a reckoning, isn't it? Yeah, I don't care enough about. Well, yeah, well, there's two. Yeah, it's definitely reckoning. Yeah, if I need to use this to eat a minion or something, I can't just get a face attack out of it. That's not valuable enough. It's gonna die because I don't have a lot of great ways to proc a reckoning, right? So cool with it dying. That's kind of expected, but I need to get something out of it before it does. Boy, where's that coerce at I had? Jeez, that is a pain to kill. What a pain, dude. I can double Blade Storm to clear that, but that feels not great.
Welcome. Boys, make some room by the hearth, won't ya?
Oh boy.
Maybe. No.
I don't love a brawl. I might just Shield Slam and Nozdormu. Just Shield Slam off the armor. I could do... Bulwark something, but I just want to get the Noz in. Oh boy, I don't know. This is tough. Hey, Cryo Genocide, dude. Thanks for the gift. It's up to Lady Sylvanas. Oh my god, amazing.
I gotta move.
This feels so bad. I don't know if this is right. I have pack tactics, so I kind of like that, like an extra minion. Not that the minions. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, that proc the Galloping Savior. Oh shoot. Well, no, that's fine too. I don't even care. That's got to go away eventually, so that's fine. That doesn't really change anything as far as like interactions on board, so it's probably a good time for it. Okay, they're just gonna go face. That's cool for me, maybe. I can just clear the. Oh, not just gonna go face. Pinflinger action in town. Okay, so now we might have the brawl. We might just have to brawl. And unfortunately, the Pinflinger means the pack tactics does not activate, sadly. I'm almost just dead, my god. Wow. I think I'm dead. Oh boy. Okay.
Armor!
We have Blade Storm / Kargath here if we need it. To clear whatever comes out. I think we Kargath in this case, right? The Kargath dies, which seems bad, but it's not really too bad. It's okay. We could try to get two of them right, but it's okay. We want to draw a Kargath, so I'm all right with that. Da-da-da. Oh, my mistake. That's a Galloping Idiot. What did I call it? Oh man, did I get the name wrong? I hope I didn't offend it. This is pretty good, actually, right? We have Scrap Golem, I guess, died. I don't remember that happening, but it did. Anchorman, Mutinous, and Noz. We don't have the Kresh, but Scrap Golem in particular is really nice here with pack tactics, if I can make it happen. I guess if he has exactly Libram of Justice, Pinflinger could die maybe. I don't think I die even then though because of the Scrap Golem. Like it heals 4. I'm going to a pretty decent health total. If I hit here, does that change anything? He can always clear the Scrap Golem with these two, but then again, I think we have the pack tactics to maybe. make life happier. Let's just draw to make sure we get the draw, I guess. Okay. Oh, that's not good. I forgot about that card. Oh. Shoot! I didn't think about Dream at all. It didn't even cross my mind that Dream was a possibility. I just didn't even think about it. That's obviously a mistake. That's just my mistake. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna go get ready for this card reveal. I don't know when it's gonna be, but here in a few minutes, it sounds like we're gonna get a card reveal. I'm gonna go talk about said card on YouTube, and that means I need to hop off. So stay tuned to that. Check YouTube in an hour or something. See if there's a card reveal out. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Crazy stream as always. Much appreciated. Even on a random night stream, still getting 400 viewers is cool. Thanks to the crazy donations and bits and subs and all that fun stuff. Thanks for hanging out. Honestly, only one Nozdormu game really sucks. So kind of sad we had to tank a bad card in our deck all night to only see one game. But so be it. 15 games tonight with Noz. Unreal. Unreal. So, all right, guys. See you soon. Love you a ton. Thanks for hanging out. Let me drop a raid. Actually, I'll just raid the coin concede folks. That probably makes the most sense, doesn't it? So you can go watch the card reveal yourself. Why don't I rate cards on Twitch? I have 397 viewers on Twitch. I will have 90,000 viewers on the YouTube card reveal. So it's just a numbers game. Who do you think I should prioritize? The 397 of you here or the 90,000 people on YouTube? And you might say, oh, well, we're here now. YouTube, they can watch it anytime. But in the first 5 minutes, that'll have 10,000 views. Well, probably not 10,000 in the first 5 minutes. It'll have 3,000 views in the first 10 minutes. The first 20 minutes will have, I don't know, 15, 20,000 maybe. So by making them wait 10 minutes, that's 15,000 views gone for 400 views. So it's just a numbers game, man. Let's do both. That means I spend 10 minutes here that's not on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. Like, delaying that 10 minutes is 15,000 people who had to wait 10 minutes longer or whatever. It's not really 15,000. It's, I don't know. It gets like 20,000, 25,000 in the first hour, of which it's front loaded, of course. So it's probably, I don't know. First 10 minutes is probably 8 to 10,000 people, maybe 7 to 10. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I gotta go. So, love you guys a ton. Indeed, Dark Lady, right back at you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do more. No Sylvanas. That was a big waste of time, unfortunately. I'm going to raid this podcast where they're revealing the card, so enjoy the card reveal. If you still want to hear more about it, come check out YouTube later. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I love you all. Enjoy the raid. And until next time, game on.